right, it's live. Jumping on live early, I got a top tip from Rubber Kiwi, who said, let the lives, what did he say, settle in for an hour or something now, I think. Haven't got the chat open on where he sent me the message. Let people find the live before starting to talk about Skool for the new setup on the Skool platform. So that I'd jump on a little bit earlier and then just let this warm up, so to speak. 6:45, a few minutes early, and I see there's a couple of comments in here already. Sig, spare thumb. Question for you to answer on the live. This probably won't fit in one comment. Have you followed some of the developments in furniture for modern fighting rifles, e.g. foregrips, optics, risers? Have I followed? Is that what he said? Have you followed some of the developments? Not really. No, I haven't followed it closely at all. Not really. Optics, clip-on, thermals, weapon lights, laser suppressors, e.g. follow-through designs, LPVOs, etc. And if you were still operating today, would you set up your fighting rifle any different than in your prime operating days, assuming the unit supplied anything you wanted? I probably would with stuff that they've got these days. I mean, in my time, we were running a PEC2 with the laser and the spotlight function on it. NADs were old news, but they were still around. Night aiming device was the term for that. I don't know what generation that thing was, but it was okay at the time. But PEC 2s is what we're running. I think they're up to like PEC 15s or something these days. So yeah, there definitely would be some changes out in terms of fruit. Let's say fruit being attached to the weapon, railing systems, different types of sights that are being used for just normal traditional, where you'd normally have your iron sights on top of the weapon, to where you then have mounted your whichever scope or optic you're going to use, whether that's going to be a red dot or whether that's going to be some sort of what do you call it? Blinking, not amplification. Well, you know what I mean, magnification in terms of the scope that you have. And then I see these days they've also got slight tilting the weapon on a cant, on an angle where they've got sights and stuff along those sides as well, for, I guess, having to hold their position, hold their weapon in different angles while negotiating corners, bends, obstacles, whatever. So no doubt I would be changing and adjusting. I was pretty much constantly always tinkering with my gear anyway, from my webbing, from my pack, from my chest rig, from how I would set things up and where I liked to have them, adding more pouches, taking pouches off. Yeah, so to your question, would you set up your fighting rifle any different than in, yeah, probably today, I probably would have quite a few different setups, but at the time when I was using my weapons, it worked and served its purpose for what I needed them to do anyway, or what I needed to do. DMC, shout out to you. Talk, call Soup Joe, happy Friday, everybody. Yep, and to you too, happy Friday, bro. Vanilla Butcher, evening to you. Yeah, oh, thanks for being here early, peeps. Well, yeah, I'm early. You fellas are definitely early. maybe he's heard Rubber Kiwi's thought or the message that he sent me, saying to jump on a bit earlier and give people time to find the live stream. So yeah, really grateful. Been a few people that have been tuning into the lives, I guess. And I think I was saying to Rubber Kiwi, I was like, oh, I don't know if I said I wasn't planning on staying on here longer than an hour tonight. I said people probably be hoha and sick of a live by me. This would be like, what, another bloody live? But anyway, yeah, 5 lives Monday to Friday. Who'd have thunked it? Should have mentioned live and our videos. I keep forgetting this, but at least I have them there in the background, like the bottles and stuff of Waimonika. But shout out to Joe Harawira and the team, waimonika.co.nz. Check them out. New Zealand's premium non-alcoholic sparkling honey and lemon beverage. Get free shipping anywhere in Aotearoa, across Aotearoa, with discount code NZDF. Yeah, that one's an empty can, by the way. So I'll just have a drink of water instead. This empty can has been sitting here for a while. The other cans are in the fridge, but it's a bit chilly and I don't really feel like a cold can of drink. Says Poeticus, no, your lives are good quality, man. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate the kind words, the support as always. So I don't know if anybody's got any questions or anything for now, like what Sig just had and threw at me. I'll look to start probably closer to 7 o'clock, around about 7 o'clock. Got a bit to go through with the school, or maybe, well, I don't know, maybe I'll start now. What you have for dinner, bro? Haven't had dinner yet. Good question. Maybe some eggs, and I'm looking at the baked beans. Baked beans look nice right now. Oh, and we've got some Vogel's bread, Vogel's sliced bread. I don't know, my wife brought that back home, so we don't usually get Vogel's bread, but I like it toasted. So yeah, probably some Vogel's toast bread with butter, baked beans, hot baked beans, and some, I'll go boiled eggs. I'll go boiled eggs. Yeah, that sounds good anyway for dinner. Whether or not that's what I actually end up having is yet to be confirmed. Yeah, cereal looks pretty good too. Just right. Wheat Bix, porridge. Yeah, all the fancy stuff. I have had a Milo today, Milo and honey, just because I know people were wondering, but that's all. That's all gone. Had that probably maybe 15 minutes before I turned this on, so probably just finished it. Yeah, about 15 minutes ago. So I feel a little bit warmer. Blood's a bit more pumped. What are people having? Those that are on the live. Anybody having anything good for dinner? Anybody have what's it? Junk food Friday, Kentucky Fried Chicken Fridays or something? Anybody do that? Or McDonald's or Chinese fish and chip Fridays? What are people having for dinner? Some air. Oh, that's a stink dinner. What's this? Which shoe fundraiser? Huh? Oh, school fundraiser. Which school fundraiser? Is that what you mean? Yeah, air fried chicken on bread. Air fried chicken. Kentucky fried nothing. Kentucky fried baked beans. Dun, dun. Which school? Is that what you mean? School fundraiser? At the Tamihana. Dalefield School. Bro, I'm not sure what you mean at the Tamihana. Dalefield School. Which school fundraiser at the Dalefield School? KFC for me. The missus and grandkids have gone to get it. Oh, you're lucky. Crazy World 7115. Lucky you. I remember the just sat down for a coffee after work. Takeaway sounds good. There you go, Jace. I remember growing up, I used to love the times when we would go to get takeaways in KFC, and they used to sell the little cheesecakes, the little strawberry or raspberry cheesecakes, in the little half moon shaped containers, plastic containers, clear containers. Man, those were just. I always wanted one of those, and I would usually get them too. Mum was good. Like if we were going and getting takeaways, yeah, it was, you could not usually get what you want, but I remember when we went to KFC, those cheesecakes were just yum. They don't have those anymore. Well, I've never seen them for a long time. But yeah, fond memories. Those are the days. We are having a hangi from Dalefield School. Oh, okay. Bloody hell, at the Tamihana. Geez. All right, you got there in the end. Now I'm connecting the dots. School fundraiser, Dalefield School. We are having a hangi from Dalefield School. They did it for fundraising. Thank you. We got there in the end, or I got there in the end. I don't know if anybody else knew what you were talking about, but I certainly didn't, obviously. Bro, if you were in Army today, would you buy stuff off Timu for your kit? Nah. Nope. What happened when I got over to Australia in the regiment there, they had the whole like a paraloft, the big industrial sewing machines, all the canvas, all the Velcro you could poke a stick at, all the stitching and like the twine or whatever that you'd need, the thread material to make stuff. So yeah, I spent a bit of time and stuff in there. I was never anything spectacular at it, and there are other guys that were much better at it. But yeah, no, I wouldn't have been buying anything off Temu, I don't think. Not kit wise anyway. I've got some of the hoodies I wear. I was just looking, they're blinking. Some of the hoodies I wear, they're definitely from Temu. But they're warm too, and they were cheap. Hey Dad, yeah, good bro. But in saying that, like I haven't had a good look on Temu either, but I doubt very much that I personally would buy stuff from Temu. If anything, I would shout out Michael McEntee. I would look to go on Twin Needle. That's a site that I would go to. Twin Needle. I see them pop up because I follow them on my feed on Instagram. Mike McEntee, I remember, I think he might have been one of the new guys that got to battalion. I want to say one of the newer core trainees that got to battalion around the time when I got sent back from up north before I left to go to Australia. But yeah, man, he's doing well. That company looks like it's doing fantastic stuff. So Twin Needle. I haven't purchased anything from there because I haven't had any need to. Like I'm pretty happy with the gear and stuff that I've got and what I'm doing, and I'm not deploying anywhere, am I? So just make do with what I have. How's that time going? So we got air chicken or air for dinner. We got air fried chicken, got KFC, Crazy World, and we got Hangi. Dun, 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 in terms of people and their dinner. Hopefully people's week has been good. What did I say in the blinking earlier chat? Oh yeah, I got the Skool link. You can also download the Skool app. Oh yeah, I'll talk about that when I get to that stage, talking about Skool in terms of the testing that was done today. Live video feature. Yeah, that thing's blinking cool as. I reckon anyway. So I don't know what the capacity is, but we had a few people on the live test this morning. I'll talk about that. Seemed to work well and give some top tips from the lessons learned in that little test and adjust today. Dun, 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 dun. So what's the Skool thing about? Do I need to download another thing? Yeah, only if you want to. I'll talk about that. I actually might as well get into it now. Like there's like 20 people on here now, so that's like usually maximum for me. Oh no, it just dropped to 18. So anyway, I'll just start now. So hope everybody's well. Kia ora, g'day, welcome back. Skool. So we'll dive straight into that first, scene as Dan has asked as well, and there may be some other people that might not be sure. So Skool is a separate platform. Most people use it, and I did receive some questions, comments from people asking about Skool. But Skool is a separate platform. People use it, from what I've seen, usually for business and that sort of stuff. And those that have followed my channel for a while will know that I was using Skool for a little bit before, several months ago. That was more directed towards people preparing for selection and providing some insight, guidance, advice, Q&A, that sort of stuff in that space for those that wanted to join up. Anyway, the numbers basically dwindled right down in there, which was all good. They were never super high anyway, which is fine. But then there ended up being not really being a need in terms of the stages of where some of the people that where they were at, and some of those that were there, some were just there to support, like they've already got, seems like they've already got some good experience and have already had had an attempt at selection. Some hadn't, some had, and some were preparing and going back again. And as a way to try to support me, they thought they'd jump on board with that. And I had some interactions and stuff with them. So grateful for that. They know who they are. Cross from Navy and mostly Army, and then Civic as well. So that was cool. But it's basically a platform that people use as part of whatever it is, whether it's teaching and educating people or just blinking whatever. There's all sorts of stuff on there. People teaching people how to play what's the blinking, not tennis, what's the blinking, I forget the name of the smaller version blinking game of tennis, or whatever they call it. I know a lot of tennis people don't really like it. Well, I don't really follow it, so clearly I don't know what it is. People teaching people how to play baseball and blinking kayaking and camping. There's all sorts of things on the Skool space whereby people have turned it into a business essentially. So this one, I figured, oh well, what other options does it have? So I knew that it could do video things. So sort of like Zoom, how you can have a whole bunch of people on a Zoom call or Teams call. They can mute and they can talk and do whatever and interact basically. Whereas this live here on YouTube that I'm using doesn't give me any of that. I think I'd have to get a separate thing anyway if I wanted to do something like that. But anyway, so it's behind a paywall essentially. I think Patreon might do something like that. I don't know what the other platforms are out there that can do what Skool is doing, but so because I'd already had some familiarity with Skool and dabbled with it, I thought I'd go back to that and have a look. Turns out I can run and host live streams like this. People can attend the live stream either in video or have your camera off and just do audio and still have access to the chat. So you can talk, you can give your perspective and maybe get the words out better or give greater context for things. If and when you're looking to explain stuff or ask me questions or whatever, which I may not be registering or computing at the time or at the speed that you might want me to. So there's that aspect. The other part is that you can do live reactions as well. So I was sharing a video today with a couple of the guys that jumped on, a couple of the members that jumped on to help me out with just to test it. So they could see, they could hear, and I'll talk a bit about that and some tips for, I guess, what not to do, and or maybe make the experience better for if anybody does decide to move over there. So you can share the live. People can talk at the same time. Whether you have your camera on or off is up to you, and you can still punch in the chat if you prefer just typing or whatever, or using your thumbs if you're using a phone. So there's that aspect to it, which again, for me, at least in my channel, YouTube doesn't allow me to do that. Doesn't allow people to talk. Other than just type in the chat, and you've got blinking character limits from what I understand. What's this? Poeticus has got a laughing face there. Oh, what's this? Barbecue, I'm gentrifying the place. You should thank me for raising your property values. I think that's what Poeticus is laughing about. So with I'm on Skool, a really cool setup for a proper community over there. So with the Charlie29, shout out to you, Struggle Stick Adventures. Pickleball, that's the one. Bloody thank you. I should have looked at this earlier. Pickleball, that's the. So there's people on there, blanking. You know, they charge whatever they charge, and people go there, and so it is like a business income stream that people are using. And I thought, oh well, what could I do with regards to Skool, that I can't do on YouTube, and that part really stuck out to me. The other part that stands out to me is, and that has stuck out to me, which is part of the reason for me setting up the Skool, is just the censorship type stuff. So a number of you, even in this chat, and some that have reached out to me via email or other messages, have said that you've struggled. Your comments sometimes just get deleted, or you've taken the time to put a bunch of comments and stuff in some of my videos, even included some links, and then they've just not shown up, or they've been removed or whatever. And so I have no idea why comments are getting removed from my channel. And I don't know if it's anything to do with maybe the particular type of content or material or whatever. So Skool and setting up the Speak Before You Think channel is to remove all of that. So remove the filter, remove the censorship. Not everybody, you know, and that goes for me too. So if somebody comes on there and then they just start blasting me, or if they're blasting other people because they don't like some of the comments that other people might put on there, well, I'm not about to go and kick them out of the community. So if anybody is going to go there, excuse me, do I think that will happen? I don't. But if anybody is going to go there, that's why I did the sort of, I guess, welcome heads up video, intro video, whatever you want to call it, with regards to the 5-minute something video that I put up today. Yeah, like I can't go and set up an unfiltered, uncensored, not platform, but the community within that platform, Skool, and then go and censor people because I don't like what they said. You know, so do I think there will be trolls that would go on there? Well, that's up for debate. We'll talk about some of the questions that I have that I put in a post today to get your thoughts. Those that might consider coming over, which includes the pricing, is the price too high, etc. But we'll get to that. So yeah, a genuine Blinken. Here you go, Blinken. Have at it. Send through your links, send through your videos if you want, have your say, have your comment on, post whatever it is that you want. So any community member currently, the way it's set up, pay the one fee, you can post, you can join live streams, you can, do whatever within that space. The other part that people will have in terms of when I was thinking about what could I do in Skool is hence why the interviews with people. So um, having those interviews, but doing them in, I guess, probably somewhat differently. Some of the interviews may go for a long time, may go for an hour, may go for 2 hours, just depends on the flow that the guest is in when they're talking about things. But my intent isn't to try and be like a 5 hour or 7 hour Sean Ryan interview type thing. So if anything, if I could spend time with a guest, these are the pre-recorded ones, not including about the live stream. So we'll get to that. But the pre-recorded ones, if it's anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, just trying to, and those that I've reached out to so far, just trying to let them know, want to be mindful of and respectful of their time, protect their time as well. They've got other things on, they've got family, they've got things that they're doing as well, other hobbies and other interests. So I don't think they want to spend a 5 hour, 7 hour sit down with me, even though I can clearly do that by myself in a 5 hour live stream. Um, and I could probably quite easily listen to them and ask them more and more questions. And so some of that is to do with the location as well. So hence why the online stuff, but to just sort of give them time and space. So in addition to protecting their time or respecting their time and their other commitments that they have, but to allow them time to flow into and really reflect on and share their experiences, to sort of take whoever decides to come along and listen, for us to have a bit of a glimpse and an insight and sort of piggyback on their shoulder and follow along with them in their own words and let them really share the experiences with as much or as little detail as they feel comfortable in sharing, or as much or as little detail as they can remember. To take the listeners, including myself, on that journey with them and just to have a bit of an insight and maybe somewhat a slightly better appreciation of what it is that they've done, what it is that they've been through, etc. And yeah, and go from there. So that would be a series of episodes per guest. So it's not going to be a one and done interview with the people. And again, it's up to them, but with the people that I may be fortunate to have on here, I've been upfront with them at the start and said, hey, listen, bro, I see this as a series of episodes, a series of interviews, and these are the reasons why. We can start wherever, can start where they're currently at and then work backwards, or we could start with what they're looking to do and then work backwards, or start right at the beginning, work forwards, or start in the middle and go back to the beginning and then forwards and wherever, or forwards then backwards. There's no hard and fast rule in terms of where we have to start. I was just having a conversation with a couple of fellas today that are going to be guests on, and I was like, man, we could start there if you want. It's definitely not at the beginning of their journey. It's definitely nowhere near the end of their journey, but it's in some really interesting points, and that's from the correction space. I'll talk about that a little bit later if I remember. And if I forget to talk about something that I said I'll talk about that later, and then you go, hey Joe, you didn't talk about that. You said you're going to talk about that 2 hours ago. It's probably because I've forgotten. So if you do remember, then just remind me. Where are we? Takeaways sounds like a plan. Yeah, definitely tonight. That's from Snowy. Oh, Snowy N Cow. Sorry if I got that wrong. Dan, could try using your black visa, bro. What's that for? Not public access. No one wants to be a dropkick for $47 a month. Yeah, yeah. So there isn't any intention to make it free. Although I think I do have the option to enable a free trial period for people. I think the free trial period might be more appealing to people when there's more content in there. There's only a handful of things in there at the moment. Um, but yeah, so there's definitely going to be a heck of a lot of stuff in there, and that should start ramping up in the not too distant future. So yeah, so watch this space basically in terms of Skool. So hopefully that gives a bit of a rundown and some of the value that people can hopefully expect to receive. So with those interviews, breaking those things down, and then the live aspect of those, not only live reactions, but live with the guests. So some guests, again, I give them a heads up, and as long as they're comfortable and happy with that, it's like, bro, would you be comfortable joining a live like they would be online? And then having us as the peanut gallery, and can people that might want to ask you specifically questions about some of the stuff that you've shared or what they're interested in or based on your background or whatever. Is that okay with you? And would you be open to answering those questions? And then if they say yes, then that would be another element in terms of what Skool offers, which I can't do here on YouTube, or at least not on MySpace anyway. So that would be all encompassing, all of that stuff that I've just mentioned, and then whatever that expands out to further is all part of the current price. That's why that price is there, the $47. Tried to think of a price what's fair and reasonable and within probably people's budgets, for want of a better term. That isn't too out the gate. I had a look at some of the blinking Skool communities out there. There's some people charging like 900 and something bucks, $1,500. At the same time, there's also people charging $9, $7, $15. But yeah, so for me, I just tried to have a look at and made a few dot points down, and so on the about page, people can have a look and they can see sort of what you can expect in there. And there's also a give back aspect of that in terms of not only the spot prizes for community members, so that's just for the members, but also from a worthy cause type perspective, where we'll look to run polls on those. Which cause do we want to contribute to? And that's not from you guys, but part of the funds that would come into that, I'd be able to use some of that towards whatever that's going to be. So there's that aspect. And what was the other one? I can't remember now. Probably come back to me later, or it won't, or maybe it will, just like it did with stereotype. But by that time, people had already put stereotype. But this evening, I couldn't remember pickleball, and somebody already put pickleball in the chat for me. So thank you for that. So yeah, who knows what it will expand into? Oh, that was the other thing. Remembered, it could go into not only those prizes, but there's some of the guests that are going to be doing some pretty cool things, including running some courses. And so the potential for members, those that may be interested, to win an opportunity to go do one or some of those courses that people might be doing. I'd need to confirm this. Don't take this as gospel. Don't take this as a promise. But I know Willie Apiata was looking at running some work with the horses, going on a trail with the horses that was predominantly for veterans and that sort of thing. This was when I was still up in Auckland and he was still up there too before he moved to Whakatane. I haven't heard from him in terms of whether or not that's still going ahead, but he had run a pilot program on it for a few days. So that sort of thing would run over several days, being out in the bush, wildlife, nature with the horses, some pretty beautiful shots and photos that I saw of where they were, and some little video footage of the pilot program that he ran. But yeah, there's things like that. There'd be a whole bunch of other things as well, and opportunities to support other causes and or other channels. So yeah, who knows where things could go with regards to this Skool community. But the main part has been that it's unfiltered and uncensored. Like that was the main drive of it for me. Like even on YouTube, I find myself needing to a degree, censor myself at times, that self-censorship with regards to certain things. And not because I want to, sometimes I do feel like letting rip and just swearing, like using a whole bunch of profanity. Like that's true. Sometimes I do feel like that, but that wasn't so much why. It's more around self-censoring from probably, I don't know, what the bots might do on YouTube or whatever, and or complaints that may come through that could potentially impact the channel. So like I said, I'll just start again if my channel gets shut down or whatever, or too many copyright strikes happen. It's not really so much the copyright strikes. I get lots of copyright things sent all the time, and then I usually dispute those, and the vast majority of my disputes that I've submitted have usually all gone through, and it's come back success. Your dispute has been successful. And then other ones that aren't, it's just a case of it's not a strike. It's just a case of the certain videos won't show up anymore. So either way, that's still a win-win for me, I think. So yeah, the Skool and that platform is in the trying to remove the censorship for not only people that follow my channel, but also to remove some of the censorship for myself when I'm talking about things, has been the main driver. And then from that, yeah, there's an opportunity to, I guess, for want of a better term, look to monetize that as well as I can. But then if I was going to monetize it, what am I, and or what is the potential benefit for, I guess anybody if they want to come over, because there's not much point coming over to it and then paying a fee for it if people don't feel like they're getting any value out of it. And at the same time, if people feel like they're getting all the value that they need and that they want out of my channel here on YouTube, then you just stay here. So, like I said, I'm still going to be doing YouTube, what I do here. Still going to be doing reaction videos on here. There will just be a whole bunch of there'll be a lot of reaction videos. The interviews and stuff will be in Skool, particularly when I run through a bit of a list of some of the people that will hopefully come on. Some who have confirmed, some who are sort of just I would love to connect with and interview if that can happen. So dreaming essentially, and then some that are people that I am probably just going to, dare I say, harass from time to time. Some of them I know. Well, actually, probably most of those ones I know, but they've been resistant to doing an interview. The latest message that I got just the other night from one of the guys was, what did he say? Sorry, I'm just checking my phone here. Won't say his name either. So I just did a comms check. He goes, LOL, interviews equals never, and a big laughing face. That's an individual that has 3 very important letters after his name: ex Kiwi SAS and UK SAS CGC. So conspicuous gallantry cross. Yeah, he's the only reason I got the private security gig job with the company that I was working with overseas at the time, UK based company. So yeah, just a really good guy. So I reconnected with him, did a comms check, and we're having a bit of a laugh last night as we went backwards and forwards. And when I asked him, "Are you doing interviews yet?" Because I did have an off the record video chat with him when he was still in, when I was doing the Epic Cult Outdoor podcast. So I have always had him on my radar to hopefully have the privilege one day to interview him, but the bastard is still saying no. So anyway, where was I now? So yeah, Skool, that sort of stuff. So yeah, there will be a lot of stuff. Dare I say, the volume of videos going onto my YouTube channel, how it currently sits, will probably reduce right back. So it might be 1 or 2 videos potentially. I don't know when that is just yet. So I don't, mind you, I don't think anybody's going to be massively distraught by it, but probably 2 couple of videos, maybe 3 videos a week on the YouTube channel, and after the next few weeks go by, thereabouts, maybe sooner, as I basically just look to create content and pump content on the Skool channel. And like I said, the need for me to, there's some pretty dare I say, heavy topics and stuff that's floating around in the world at the moment. There's also some very funny stuff. Where I can, I'll always look to put stuff on the YouTube channel. When I say 1 to 2 videos or 1 to 3 videos a week, I'm talking about long form content. There'll probably be a whole bunch of short form content, which will probably spam my current YouTube channel. And a lot of that short form content will probably stem from the longer form stuff that will be in Skool. So yeah, I guess that's that from the business side of it, if we want to use that term. But yeah, I think if those people that are or that may choose to come on over, join, and want to pay that fee, and we'll talk about fees soon actually, or costs to get your fellas thoughts on it. I think I did I don't know if I did a poll, but I did put up a post. Let me bring that post up so I can share the screen on here soon. We might be able to crack it or solve it tonight with those that are on here. Yeah, I've got that. Let's read more. Yeah, I've got that there. I have got it there, but it's not down as a poll. But anyway, excuse me. Where was I? Skool. Oh yeah, I'll talk about price. And then I went to the post. It's a bloody senior moment. Saw the bloody grey hair on my head. Anyway, there was a poll. There's been 14 votes, and the poll was in regards to Skool. And oh yeah, that's the other thing. So commissions that I didn't know existed within the Skool aspect. So members, people who join, I believe if I activate the commission aspect or the affiliate part of my Skool community, so specific for my Skool community, if I activate that 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, and or there is a 50% option, uh, members have the opportunity to make that percentage in commission for anybody that might choose, if I understand it correctly, for anybody that might choose to join my Skool community through your link. So if Rubber Kiwi has a link, if I activate the commission portion of it, and then Rubber Kiwi shares that link with somebody else, and then that person clicks the link and they join, like they actually sign up and join, they pay their fee, then I believe Rubber Kiwi will receive a commission, whatever the commission is set at. So whether it's at 10%, 20, 30, 40. At this stage, 40% has it. At 50%, oh, I should share the screen. This is it here. Apologies, I think, oh, sorry, hang on, let me read these comments first. Oh, let me share the screen and then read the comments. Dan, no, Blackface read that. Unfit for purpose. What have I missed? I don't know when you came in. Sorry, bro. Just looking at the comments now. Nick Miles, congrats on kicking off the Skool. I'm looking forward to seeing its success. Cheers, Nick. Appreciate it. I'll have to leave early today. Your mate and mine, Kwani, we are heading down the RSL to tell some BS. Have a great live. Cheers, mate. Say hello to Kwani from me. Don't let him drink too much. And look after each other, as I know as well, Poeticus. Yeah, I go watch your live when I'm stuck feeling without mana. And yeah, your lives help me get through. Cheers, Poeticus. Spent an hour getting the credit card link to Google last night to join first online purchase. Not bad for 52. Cheers, Jason, if that's what you did. One of the cool things of Skool, don't gotta wait always a weirdo or two to talk, I guess, to you anytime, anytime you like. Real deal, Hunter. Dream guests to see for me will Marius van der Poel or Tom A, former NZSAS. I know who Marius is. I don't know him personally, but yet definitely Tom. I'll talk about that. I have got him on the list, which I'll talk about this evening. Poeticus, oh, solid. I'm interested. Real deal. Oh, and Hamish McLaughlin. Yep, I've got Hamish on the list too. I'll give an update on that. So, some of these, apart from Marius, I've front-footed some of those already. Rubber, send me. Oh, sorry, Jason. Fun times ahead. Send me all your mates' emails, guys. to Daz a hustler. Daz, good. Thanks for stopping by, bro. Appreciate you're busy and got stuff on, mate. So definitely appreciate you stopping by. And those that may or may not, if you haven't already figured it out or seen Daz's kind support of MySpace as well when he's able to. Daz is also on that list too. Open invitation. He's one of those guys. Got to respect the hustle. Looking forward to it. Appreciate it. Yeah, no worries. All good. So yeah, lots on. Oh, sorry, that's that poll. The 40% at this stage look like they have it. So those want the 40% commission if they're going to encourage or invite people to join, and you know that'll be I guess a kickback. That'll be the kickback that you get from anybody that does, if anybody does decide to join on the back of your link. So just a heads up, I haven't activated that yet. That link isn't activated because we're waiting for this poll. Let's make the decision by the end of this poll. Let me hit refresh. Well, let's just make the decision now, eh? So let's see whatever it is after this refresh button is hit. It's 50%. So the 40% have it. I'll activate that. Oh, actually, let's do that now. I'll activate it now. Where do I need to go to for that? There we go. Affiliates. 40%. Let's click on it now. Changes saved. So reward your members. Oh, sorry, I'm not even sharing the right screen. Sorry, peeps. Let me share that now. Share. There you go. It was on off. Change commission. Changing commission percent will apply to all current new affiliates. Cancel that. It's on 40%. So that's where it is now. I should be able to close that. And yeah, that's the oh yeah. So actually, maybe while I'm here, so Skool community is basically, you can click on there. You can write something in there, whatever you're going to blink and title it or whatever, like I suppose Facebook or whatever. There's some stuff in there already. There's obviously, you'll notice there's only a handful of members. Actually, that's probably not accurate. It says 4. It's technically there's only 3, because the 4th one is me. the way Skool works, it includes the creator of the community as a member. Classroom, there's only 1 video in there at the moment, but you thought me having 1,000 videos on YouTube in less than a year was something. Wait until you see what this place gets spammed with. Calendar, there was only 1 event in there so far, which was the testing today. But that's where, when people are members, they can go on. You can use it on your phone, so you can download the Skool app. Look at me as if I'm an expert with it. But I did and have got the Skool app. I'm just waiting for my phone to bloody open up. That's the Skool app there on your ETA. There. So you can just download the app or whatever, and you can log in and use it that way. There are some little differences in terms of how things show up or how you access certain things. So actually, if I just go back to here, Classroom, on the laptop, which is what I'm on, if I just click on that, like that will usually just bring up the other screen, and then you play. There isn't an option to put any comments or anything in this area. So that's why I put a post. You can download that if you want to, but that's why I put a post in the community so that people can, if they want to, they can comment in there in regards to whatever it is that I might post in there, or anybody can start a thread or a post. But back to what I was saying, if you're doing this on a mobile phone and you click that, it'll show up with a new page underneath that. So it's a little bit weird on the device. So then you hit new page, and then you'll get access to the video. Then the video show up. Don't ask me why it does that. It's just one of those things. Calendar, yeah, like I said, this will start to get populated with regular weekly lives. This is where a lot of my lives will take place, and they'll be more interactive. So I like Skool because of the fact that it can be more interactive, especially if I've got, people like yourselves. I would, if I could do that here on YouTube, that's what I'd be doing here on YouTube. I wouldn't be even looking at this. But yeah, for me, it's nice I think for people to be able to get their points across better without having a character limit in the chat. Oh, bloody hell. Things are going. Don't know how to tag people. 110% rubber, yeah. That's, morning for there. I don't know how to tag people. I change my vote to 10%. At the Tamihana. Well, it doesn't matter. At the Tamihana, like whoever joins as a member, they're now going to get the 40%. It's a 40% commission kickback. So democracy in action, ain't it a beautiful thing? Rubber knows that still counts, Joe. We're huge. You are winning. You let us know. He told us to suck it. He's leading in all the leaderboard stats in the back end on there. Massive. The next time I hear Russia is nuking me, I will scream. Do it, please. Most massive ever, even bigger than Trump's. So anyway, that's that. And then people can just click on. They would just click onto that and then join in. So in the back end, there'll be multiple live stream stuff. There'll be if and when guests are comfortable and happy to do a Q&A, a live Q&A with members, then members will see that as well. It'll just automatically pop up on your feed as part of your membership in the community. The intent is to do more, the intent, at least initially, is to do pre-recorded interviews with the guests first off, just to, maybe help them settle in, or so they're not all blank and spammed straight away on a live stream, and then everybody blank and hustle seeing them all at once in a live stream with questions. But that would be for me to then just, probably filter, or not filter, but organize, I should say, and read out the questions as we go through, so that they can answer them. But I'll do a few pre-recorded, then upload those. People can watch the interviews and stuff first, and then that might trigger some questions for people or whatever. And at the same time, some of the guests may not be willing to jump on a live stream. They might be happy to do pre-recorded videos, so I can do that. So if they're not comfortable to do a live, then that's when I can put to the community, hey, what questions have you got? What questions would you like me to ask Blinken, Timuera Morrison? What questions have you got that you'd like me to ask Cliff Curtis or whoever, or Blinken, Elon Musk, who knows, Joe Rogan? And then people can whack questions and stuff in there, or members would have the ability to anyway. So there'll just be a lot of, I guess, stuff that will be in this space, which won't be posted, won't be spoken about, or even requested on the YouTube channel, if that makes sense. But I'll constantly put out little clips and snippets and shorts or whatever on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for, it might drum up some interest or whatever. Members map, it has a little map on the end. So one is based there, one in Australia, and then two in NZ. Like I said, I think the yellow one is me. So the fourth member is me. We won't go to the leaderboards. It's just Rubber Kiwi one in a toot his own horn there to say, look at me. And then speak before you think. Yeah, just a bit of a download in terms of what you get inside. But yeah, I've already spoken about that in this live. So it's basically that. Yeah, that's about that. Don't need to share that anymore. What else is there? So guest wise. So people that I've heard back from that have confirmed so far, and I did push pause. I'm reaching out to too many more people just because, there's a few that have already said yes. So I just want to try to get those first few in initially, and then before I start spamming the world. Sorry, what have we got on here? Sig Joe, I posted a question in the comments of this live before it started. If you get a chance to answer it. Oh, I did answer your question, Sig. Both are, you're broken up. So the question that you put forward, that has already been answered in this live. So you probably just have to go back to the start if you wanna see it, or just watch it later. I have no idea what's going on. Unfit for purpose. Sig Spear can just ask direct in school. Just saying, I'd ask Timuera Morrison how he likes his eggs. New paywall group on different app. Bring 3 mates and make $10. Is Rubber Kiwi giving the description? Cheers, Rubber Kiwi. I'm an old fella. I don't understand the internet. SHIT. Yeah, fair enough. That's all good. But yeah, that's what it is, what Rubber Kiwi just outlined and described. It's another platform, separate platform to YouTube. If people want to have, I guess essentially people will get more access and can expect quicker turnarounds, quicker responses is what I should say, as part of the membership. It doesn't guarantee, that's one thing I should have said, doesn't guarantee that members will get every request that they put forward just because they're a paid member. It's like, no, I'm still going to choose which ones I'm going to do if that's where you put in reactions and stuff through. But what I can and would say is that those that have gone that route will get, higher on the priority list. Separate to those that have already sent through funds for me to do some paid reaction requests, which but they've been kind on the time frame for when they expect to see those, which is cool, works out for me. I would have still been able to do those videos if they needed them done within a day or 2 days or 3 days anyway, in terms of the options that have been provided, but they've just been very happy and gracious enough to allow me basically several months if I want before I get those reactions done. But I still will get those reactions done well before months, probably in a couple of weeks. So anyway, potential guests, well, actually not potential guests so far, the ones that have confirmed and said, yep, they're in. Rob Mailer, Kiwi Fella, ex-Royal Marine, ex-SSR. He's been on. Go over and check out the Old Paratrooper podcast. So he's done a great interview on there. I haven't seen it all, but I'm starting a reaction series to Rob. So that's going to help me get a bit of an insight. It's also part of my gathering of intelligence and information before I conduct some deeper dive stuff with him. And there'll probably be some things in there that I would like him to delve into more detail on, much like the reflection request video that I had. Well, I don't think the person that sent me through and the people that asked me to do specific reflection videos on my time on the NZ and Australian selection and cycle, I don't think they expected any of my videos to go for 3 hours long. So I do know, and there has been some stuff that I've heard Rob speak about already, because I've watched probably the first, I think, 37 odd minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer, of Rob's interview on the Old Paratrooper podcast, and I've stopped it since then. So I will have to dust off the old memory banks. But when I go back and then start reacting to it, he has got there is some stuff in there that I'd like for him to delve into more detail. So that's why the episodes for each guest. So Rob Maylor first, Dean Burgess, ex-2 Commando fella. He's got a large following on Instagram, but more importantly than that, like, he's, to me, seems clearly intelligent, articulates things really well, researches stuff, and is passionate about his country and what he fought for, him and the other ADF members, what they went away and fought for, and what's happening in the political space and all that sort of stuff. So he's very vocal outside that mainstream media, while trying to, get important messages and stuff across. So definitely keen to connect with him. So he's confirmed, just trying to lock in dates now. So Rob Maylor unavailable this weekend, but he says he should be available next weekend. So earliest will be, first episode will be next weekend, or sometime next weekend into the following week. Dean Burgess, waiting to hear back from him to get confirmation of when he might be available, whether that's on a weekend or during a weekday. So for me, I'll just fit in with when these people are available. But yeah, there's lots, and there's just those two guys alone in terms of to speak about. Another guy, maybe something a little bit different, but he works in the correction space, has done so for 30 plus years. I won't mention his name because he's going to speak with the GM for the prison that he's at here in one of the New Zealand prisons. He's going to speak with the GM first, just to get clearance, do everything above board. I have mentioned to him that this interview would be behind on Skool, on essentially a paywall type thing. But when I say paywall, it's just part of your membership. You'll have access to it. He's got some really, just a lot of experience in terms of how the prison systems, at least here in NZ, have changed. He's seen a whole bunch of change. He's worked at the front line, at the coalface, to case management, to assistant sort of supervisory, more senior positions, been seconded out of that in other senior roles in the reintegration space. So he's seen corrections from a multitude of angles, and with a whole bunch of people, been in and around some of New Zealand's most, dare I say, either notorious or well-known criminal figures. And just, he's got some pretty amazing stories. I worked with him for a bit when I took over the reintegration space role. He was the seconded service manager till I got there, and it was him that gave me a tap on the shoulder while I was at corrections and said, "Bro, do you want to come and sort this place out? Come and have a look after this and sort this out." And so he sort of planted the seed, went from there, and really enjoyed it. So be catching up with him. Lots to discuss and go through there with him. So Tom, which was one of the suggestions in that on here. Oops, sorry. I'll travel back in time to watch it. It's SIG. So Tom, one of the guys on Instagram, sent me a really nice message actually when I reached out to him. Just spoke about that he felt humbled to be asked to jump on. He has committed to doing a podcast interview with Maddie Morris and the boys at Zero Limits podcast. So he's asked me if I can wait till he's done that. I think he has been hit up by several others, so he may be busy before he can come to do a sit down with me. But and he hasn't committed to it yet, so he's in that potential. He's let me just see what he said, so I'm reading the right thing, not making stuff up. So he hasn't committed to it. Um, Hey Joe, yeah, humbled to be asked to appear on this, bro. Committed to doing a podcast on zero limits, and I'm just waiting to link up with Maddie to get that done. Um, Once that's done and dusted, I will reassess from there. So um, he has put, to be honest, I don't know if I'll have much more to say after one podcast, but we will see how it goes. So he hasn't confirmed that he'll come on, but I'll definitely follow up with him. It's an open invitation to him and the other guys, and I've always let them know, hey, completely understand if it's not something that you're keen or wanting to do. Much like sort of the stage that I'm at now with mine, I've been fortunate enough to have a couple of people reach out, and the old Paratrooper podcast has been one of those. Zero Limits has been one of those as well, and it's like, yeah, I've probably repeated myself enough now. People can just go on my channel and have a look at some of the reflections, the before, during, and afters, and the other interviews that I've done, and they'll be able to get an idea and go, oh yeah, I know that fella's story. um, yeah, so not too sure. Um, he did say, however, I could, however, work with you. So let's revisit this after I do zero limits and see what we reckon. So I just acknowledge that and thank them, and I will reach out to him uh, after, probably in a. What did I say to him? Happy to wait and work with you as this when if that time comes. I enjoy it. Must have been somebody else where I said I'll follow up again in a few minutes' time. So yeah, excited about that. But Tom's not a not he's definitely not confirmed. But it's nice to get the reply back, and hopefully we can get something happening there with Tom. Like I said, I don't have Marius's details. I could possibly ask Tom. Same as I don't have Josh. Oh, what's his name? What's the bloody Kiwi boy's name again? I've forgotten. They're one of the Greens party anyway. What's his? Somebody will tell me. Somebody will tell me in the chat. Josh something. But anyway, here's another one that I'd like to chat with. So Tom's not confirmed. Andy White has confirmed. Says that he is, yeah, he's up for it, and that he's always open and happy to have a chat with the next operator. So that was really humbling to receive a reply from Andy White. So check out his book and purchase it if you haven't already. You will see it behind me soon enough. I promise you that. Don't worry about that. Outside the Wire is the name of his book, as well as several other books I need to get. So Andy White, but again, he's locked into several other podcasts which have gotten to him before me. So just like sort of similar situation to Tom, or similar from that perspective, but the difference being Andy has confirmed and said, yep. Jamie Pinnell had said yes ages ago. I haven't heard from him since I've sent him a message about doing one online. So probably because he's busy with his role with those young boys or those young men at the school that I forget what his role is, but he's got a senior position, I think, with Dilworth. I think it's Dilworth College up in Auckland anyway. So yeah, that's those guys. A few other fellows, like I said, the ex Kiwi, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's still serving in the UK unit at the moment. But for ex Kiwi Blade and UK SF22 Blade, um, Mr. S, we'll call him. That's first letter of his surname with three very uh, distinct letters after his name, which he'll always be known by. CGC, Charlie Golf Charlie, Conspicuous Gallantry Cross. From what I understand, UK's second highest military honour for his valour, bravery, courage on operations, and I'm pretty sure that was in Afghanistan as well. So, yeah, he'd be phenomenal. But at this stage, he's the guy that also replied to my message and said, "LOL, interviews equals never." Laughing face. But yeah, I'll sort of give him a poke and a nudge from time to time, especially now that I've confirmed that the number that I've got for him in my phone is the same number. So, bit cheeky of me, really, to be hitting him up after Blink. And when was the last time I would have spoken to him? Would have been a few years ago when I was, like I said, when I was doing the Epic Aotearoa podcast, and I was up in Pukekohe, and then had that off the record video call. He did say to me, he goes, "You're not recording me, eh, bro?" I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not recording you. I wouldn't do that to him." And Connect could probably come back and give me a hiding if they bloody if I did anything like that and then posted a video. But I had a really good chat with him. Um, yeah, and it was good to see him too. Anyway, other people on that list: Greg Pup Johnson as well, ex-Kiwi lad. I've done an interview with him before on the Epic Aotearoa podcast, but definitely haven't been in touch with him for a while, so it'd be good to reconnect with him. Oh bloody hell! I just seen the chat bloody moving. Sorry, peeps. Travel back, unfit. Shame more of the old fellas never told their stories before passing into the great beyond. Yeah, 100% unfit for purpose. 100%. Yeah, see, there you go. Dazza, definitely, mate. Sit me down with a World War II vet over one of my own generation anyway, any day. Yep. Yeah, no doubt. Like, man, Big Phil Campion's had some, I think he had a guy on there recently. I don't know. I think it might have been World War II. I'm not sure. And he asked him what he thought of the state of UK. Yeah, just like must be heartbreaking for that generation to see the current state of play and where things are at now. But anyway, I digress. Went back in time to listen to your answer to my question, but now I'm concerned I've created a whole new timeline. Yeah, call the Avengers. Not many of them left now. I was lucky my granddad wrote a book which covered all his traumas. Wow, Op Trent and Afghan it was, mate. Oh, Op Trent and Afghan. Thank you for that, bro. In terms of that info, yep, that makes sense. What's this rubber kiwi made up school project when I was 10 to 11? Granddad took me around to interview about a dozen in town. Never forgot that. Didn't treat me like a kid. I don't recall rubber kiwi being witty and clever. What have I done? You don't recall dinner dad? Where did your granddad serve, sir? I grew up on stories from my granddad. What's a dinner? School number 5, all signed up, mate. Oh, look at that. Cheers, Nicholas Miles. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for thanks for the support, ongoing support. So where was I? So Des Powell, mentioned Des. I was lucky enough to do some work with him. Got his book behind me here, the Bravo 301. I think he might have 1 or 2 other books out now these days. But I haven't got those other ones. Him and we did connect. We were on the video call. We were recording the interview that I was doing with him, and then we had technical difficulties. I blame Des. I blame Des's end for the technical difficulties, but it could have been my end, but it didn't look like it was my end. Like I had already done and been involved with interviews with Ryan Fugit as an example over in the US, Damien Porter over in Perth from where I was, and there just didn't seem to be, there wasn't any issues, and I couldn't see any issues on my end. But so that's why I blame Des for that one. So I have contacted Des, haven't heard back from him yet. So, but he'd be somebody I'd definitely like to connect. Horse, obviously, I've messaged Horse, but I haven't heard back from him. Halfway to double digits, they'll never stop us now. Yeah, there you go. You'll have competition, Rubber Kiwi, in that leaderboard space. Where are we? So Horse, yeah, definitely want to connect with that fella. He did send me a couple of messages for something else before. I've replied to him recently, and yeah, understandably, he's busy as well. He's still fighting the good fight with regards to veterans treatments and the cutting of funds and all that sort of stuff, which that twat Matt Keogh has decided to do. Other possibles is Dale Fry from NZ, Dan Cooper from Australia, Nick Caldwell, Hamish McLaughlin. With Hamish, his is pretty much a no at this stage. He's similar to Mr. CGC, just from the perspective of, I guess maybe it probably feels similar to Tom, to be fair. So actually, what did he say? Let's have a look without reading it all out or sharing the screen. Just so I'm not blinking. Making fluff up. Maybe he said yes and I misinterpreted it. I don't think so, though. Pretty sure he did not confirm. And I'd actually asked him this before going and creating the school, long before that. So, holy heck. Surely it wasn't that long ago when I messaged him. What? Oh, bloody hell. Kingo, here's another one that I didn't have on my list. Let me just do the search for it. There we go. What did he say? So, hey mate, thanks. So this is from Hamish. Hey mate, thanks for the message and also the offer to come and have a chat. So unfortunately, at this time, not really that keen to have a sit down chat about it. So yeah. And then he just said, "Yeah, hope family and stuff as well." I won't read out the whole message. So yeah, unfortunately, Hamish is a no at this stage, and that's cool. Like I 100% respect that. Like these people that I'm going through, and Horse might be one of those guys as well. I don't think he would be just because of his public profile these days and what he's done. It'd probably be just trying to time it better so that it suits his time. But you'll see how things go. There's Hamish. Yeah, Damien Porter. I've got to reach out. So I have pulled back on reaching out to a number of these. So I haven't reached out to Dale Fry or Dan Cooper or Nick Caldwell. Damien Porter I haven't reached out to either, just because there's already several guests that have basically confirmed, and so I just want to get the ball rolling with those first before I go over committing too much, and then schedules and stuff start changing and all that sort of thing. So just smaller little bite-sized chunks, much like what the episodes would be with the guests, and then just steady as she goes from there. Yeah, a bunch of other people. Woodamoo Moffat, some age of the army, I think he is. Damien Porter's had him on his podcast, so the Straight Talk Mind and Muscle podcast. So if people haven't seen that, or if you're not sure who Woodamoo is or Moo is, him and his dad was an operator in the unit here in NZ, Vietnam vet as well, and Woodamoo himself as well. He was also one of the directing staff during my selection back in the day in '98. But yeah, really, really good guy. So plenty of people to reach out to. Mark Donaldson, obviously RS when that time comes, if and when that time comes, but he won't be able to speak to anyone, I wouldn't imagine, not while everything's happening at the moment. Daniel Kieran as well, got to reach out to him. The Star of Gallantry recipient for the same Battle of Tizak that RS was in, who I know come over from the UK, from SBS. Really good guy. A mate of mine who's already in public record, Medal of Gallantry winner, recipient, Macca. I'll just call him Macca, just because he may not want me saying his name in full. And then, the rest are sort of just blank actors and that sort of stuff. See how things go when we get to that stage. But predominantly military heavy list of people, just some of the really good people. There's a whole bunch more that I could list down or name, but some of those probably wouldn't like me naming them from both NZ and Australia, and dare I say some of the other lads Colin McLaughlin from over there in the UK. Did some work with him as well at the same time with Des Powell and stuff, and Dale, Colin and I were in the same team for a bit too. Colin's a good guy. So yeah, there's plenty of people, and some other UK lads and stuff as well, whose names I won't mention on here because I haven't seen them on socials, and so they might not appreciate me dropping their name on a live stream. What's this? Presumably NZSIS or its predecessor. Oh, what's this? Some bloody thing is chat has been going again. Halfway in class, do you know? Almost a whole party. Almost a whole party. You don't mean the NZSA's horse from Treasure? No, I'm talking about Australian horse. I didn't know. I know who you're talking about, is what I mean. NZSA's horse, but I didn't know him. Yeah, he'd be fun. He would be an interesting character for sure. Sig, my paternal grandfather never talked about his service World War II, but when he passed, we discovered some papers that indicated he did some intel gathering for some agency in post-World War II China. Well, presumably NZSIS or its predecessor. Yeah, well, right. Poeticus, Bloody China, still at it, still today. Likely as a knock. Yeah, under business cover. There you go, eh? Mine served in North Africa, Italy, a little bit in Europe, and then the war ended. Transport uh, got diverted to Japan. Left, man, some rich history, man. You people. Damn, that's some secret squirrel stuff, bro. Yeah, I reckon. Long tour. Intel gathering back then was basically arriving, causing a ruckus, and leaving again. Granddad was a POW sometime after the breakout and was freed by the Yanks. Wow. Cheers for that unfit for purpose. So yeah, fair bit of well, your fellas, you know, rich history there, eh, with regards to your family lines and that sort of thing. Oosh. Yeah, oosh, all right. What's that? Oh, sorry, I missed something. My great aunt was Nancy Wake, the White Mouse. Corey Tocker. That's unreal, mate. No, see, I don't know about that. Bloody how useless I am with regards to that. Maybe I need to start a history. There'll need to be a history chat in the school area too, by the sounds of things. More for my benefit. No catching a herky bird home for the weekend back then. I hate getting saved by the deny it. Just deny it. Be like Chemical Alley in Baghdad. There's no Americans here. There are no coalition forces at all, and anywhere in Baghdad. Next minute, as Saddam's statues getting pulled down. Hard case. Um, what else is there? Was that it for? I think that's it for school. That's a bit of a heads up with regards to what I was going to talk about anyway, with regards to the um, potential guests to come on. And oh yeah, I see now. 5 members. Shout out Nicholas Miles. Thanks for joining, bro. Very much appreciated. So just so people know, as and when things, I'll probably do a live stream on here anyway, just to, or it'll be a post to let people know that they will expect volume of videos to die down a bit in YouTube. There'll still be videos getting posted. There'll still be reactions getting posted on the YouTube space. But vast majority of the stuff that I'm going to be doing is going to be geared towards the school community. It's still going to take a while for anything to grow in the school community. 100% aware of that. But yeah, things will work out as and when they're supposed to. And I think as I do more and as more and more of the guests and stuff and more of their, I guess, short clips and things like that get shared, then that might entice other people to come over or come and have a look. Otherwise, those that are just more than happy, which they likely are, those that are more than happy with the odd video every now and then on the YouTube channel, then that will just carry on as per normal. So it won't be going anywhere. It'll still be ticking over. There'll just be more stuff happening in the school community for those that jump over. Oh, sorry, that was the other thing I was going to talk about was the prices. So that was the thing in terms of what I was going to share the screen for. So we can maybe solve it now. What was the comments? Look at democracy in action on here. Let's go. Oh, hang on, is it that one? Yeah, there we go. Share screen. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, chat. Nancy Wake was an amazing lady and did some amazing things. Tip of the hat, sir. That's from Charlie29. There you go. Brought the Oranges on at halftime after all the big points were already scored. There is no US presence. In comes the F-15. If you build it, they will come. Yeah, there you go. Democracy manifest. So, yeah, like I said, was keen to get you. Actually, I don't even know if anybody's commented on this. Nope, nobody's commented, and it's only had, well, probably only had a couple of people see it. The main part is in this section here. So interested to get your thoughts if you feel like sharing them. So the people in this chat typically feel like sharing them, from what I gather. So you'll have your chance to have at it. Just as we made the decision on the commissions on the 14 votes earlier at 40%, which is, you've seen, that's what's in there now. Let's see if we get to a result on this one. So currently the price is set at $47 a month. Is that too high? What's what's a more reasonable price point? So if it is $39, $29, or $19 a month, puck off you plick if you say free. So if you know, you know, with regards to Lethal Weapon 4 and Jet Li and Uncle Freddy. Fly lice, that's fried rice, you plick. All right. And number 3, should there be tiered memberships in the Skool community? If yes, what should people get at level 1, level 2, and or level 3, if there is a level 3? So that's why I listed down some of these and I'll go through them. What have we got so far? Any comments? Democracy, a succulent Chinese. Yeah, see, people know. $29 is $1 a day. What else can you buy for $1? That's from Rubber Kiwi. Yeah, interesting take. I didn't think of that. So those are the for your consideration. If you're wanting to go over and have a look at the post, you just go to the channel and have a look at the post. You'll see it. It's the latest post in there because I only posted this 5 hours ago. And then so if it's a tiered level, so if people want to come over, so much like the YouTube memberships. So my plan and intention is to look to probably scrap the YouTube memberships completely, and then just shift paid stuff to Skool. Why? Because I think there's more value for money in the Skool paid section as opposed to YouTube. Now, some people have said, "Oh, I should just keep both. Keep the paid memberships that you have for YouTube, and then keep your what they say, have a higher level tiered membership in Skool." Yeah, that's an option. So maybe I didn't put that down in here, but maybe we could. No, we might come to a decision tonight. Who knows? I'm pretty flexible. I'm not the sort of person that needs to wait for ages before making a decision. So if there's enough votes or comments, for want of a better term, then we'll see where we land. So those are pricing options. Currently, it's 47. Let us know what you think. And that's per month. So don't think those that are in now that have paid 47 that's what they'll have to pay next month. If we come to a decision point in here and then I end up changing it tonight, well then that's what it will be going forward from there. So what's available? So if we're going to have tiers and levels, I tried to break down what do people get before coming over, and I tried to give a download of that when I was talking about, oh bloody hell, the chat's going. Oh, it's not too bad. I try to give a download of that in terms of what people can get in the Skool community if they want to. And so there's some stuff there in black and white that people can never read, but I'll go through them soon. A thanks from a bigger Poeticus. I watched that show Navy SEALs on Netflix earlier today, and OMG, it's HIT. What with Charlie Sheen? Poeticus, single dollar won't buy a thing, but a week's worth could. Corey Tocker, I've seen the Skool ads, but never thought it'd take off. But it seems like more and more creators are hyping it now. Yeah, well, I didn't because I'd used it before. And where did I see it? I think I might have seen it pop up on my. So interesting comment. I think I might have seen it pop up on my Instagram feed, and so I think that's what drew me to it the first time, like I was saying earlier in this video, and then from there, because I'd used it before, I remembered, oh well, maybe I could do this here, and I want to check out that live aspect and see what it can do. $13 a head for referrals. I watched that also. A pretty realistic tactics in gear wise. The only thing is the seals are not all of them, just some. I love it. Crack up. Anyway, back to here. If we did a tiered level, so let me know what you're thinking. So those are the pricing options there. 47 is the current. Should it be as a more reasonable price point? 39, 29, or 19? What are you thinking? So then let me know if you want to. You don't have to. What have we got here? And then what's available? So members have the ability to post, share, say what you. So free speech, basically. That's what you're getting as part of the membership. Ability to join scheduled lives, which I went through and showed on the calendar. Scheduled live streams and interact with audio, video, and/or chat. So right now you just chat on, or you type in with a limited character amount on YouTube, and you can't well, you can speak, but I can't hear you, and nobody else can. So context and stuff can potentially be lost in translation sometimes. So yeah, I've just got you can provide greater context to your question statements during live streams if you want. Third part access to content not posted or shared on YouTube. Well, that's going to be a given. There'll be plenty of things in there. You might even hear me swear occasionally. There's going to be heaps of that. Not heaps of, I don't think there'll be heaps of me swearing. There'll definitely be far more of me swearing on there than there is on here. But like, I still pretty much communicate the same as what I do on YouTube. So I'm not, when I'm talking about self-censoring, I'm not talking about, for me, self-censorship from a language use perspective. Not in my case anyway. I'm talking about from a discussion around racism and immigrants and certain laws and things that are questioned, or people like that 30-year-old police officer from the UK that was then being facing charges, given 30 years of service as a police officer in the UK. Can you imagine then being confronted because he put up some posts, then being charged and now having a criminal conviction record because he put up a post that a person from another place didn't like? It's just, yeah, ridiculous. But anyway, third, access to content. Oh yeah, spoke about that. So there will be heaps of that. Yeah, put here, you thought me posting over 1,000 videos in 1 year was a lot. Just wait till you see what happens on Skool. So there's a, what do you call it? A flood. The floodgates are about to open in that space. And then in addition to that, there'll be the interviews and stuff which will come. Access to guests that I'll be interviewing with, the ability to throw questions at them. So that's those guests that are happy to sit in on a live, and or you send your questions to me, and then I'll make sure that I ask those questions to them in separate pre-recorded interviews and that sort of thing. Oh yeah, spoke about just giving a heads up there. Did a test run today. Ability to participate in live reaction videos. So on YouTube, I think a couple of videos were like that civil vigilante, when I did the live reaction on there and then the live got shut down or whatever. I can stream that on, or things like that on Skool, and that doesn't get shut down. So I can live stream that sort of stuff in that space. Participants, people watching or members can join in, can comment, can give their 2 cents, whether verbal, visual and verbal, and or just chat if you just want to type. So there's that aspect to it. What did I say? Oh yeah, and give your unhinged perspective, real time, your thoughts. Yeah, may be very different to mine. Feel free to share them. People that may have different opinions on a number of topics. Sorry, what's happening here in the chat? Not all of them, just some AUNZD. Oh, good. Actually, great question. So that is actually the way, because Skool is a US thing, that's US dollars. Bloody hell, that's a great point. So that 47 is currently 47. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, Nicholas Miles, if you're still on here. Pretty sure that's the case, or any of the members that might be on here at the moment. Pretty sure that's US. So yeah, it's not Australian. Oh, I don't think it's Australian. Hang on, now you got me thinking. Is Skool Australian or American? Let's have a look. I think it's American. Skool Australian or American? America. Skool platform, people, blah, blah, blah. Skool runs community, exports UK, EU, Canada, Australia, India. Well, that didn't help. And somebody put tied nice on. Nick said he paid 52. Okay, so what's that then? Is that, would that be US then? No, that must be Australian then, eh? Oh, I don't know. Let's ask AI. Hang on. There we go. Is, copy and paste, is Skool Australian or American? What's AI have to say? Put that up there. Skool is an American company, but it has strong Kiwi roots. Oh, huh? The company Skool is officially a US-based entity headquartered in Los Angeles, California. The founder It was founded by Sam Ovens, an entrepreneur born and raised in Auckland, New Zealand. Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's what they mean. A Kiwi invented it, but it's based in the US. So that 52, 47, 52 US dollars. Well, that's not as much of a difference as I thought there would be, actually. Great question. What else is there? NZ dollar, so free for everyone else. That's some cheap head you're selling. It's Corey. So hopefully that answers that. Corey, I need a GoFundMe for this Skool thing. Then I'm like retired and SHIT, so I'm broke as sorry to hear that, unfit for purpose. Damn, shots fired. You pay in yen half million. No Iraqi dinar either. Tidy rebuttal. Nicely done. Nick said he paid 52. I paid 66.19. Right. Australian. Oh, wow. Well, that seems more like that must be US, not Australian. So, yeah, US dollars. I'll pay you. Kiwi apps are way better. $5 final offer. That's from Corey. Yeah, well, I didn't know that, eh? That's the Kiwi guy from Auckland created Skool. That's awesome. And that's for Sig Spear. All right. So let's come back to here. So that answers the costing thing. Seems like it's in US dollars. So these subsequent numbers here would be US dollars. For those that want to give, if you want to cast your final vote by the end of this. Memberships, so give you access. Yeah, so only members will get access to those spot prizes. So the idea is to have monthly spot prizes, which will probably usually be in the form of merch as things go and grow, dare I say. And then collectively we'll have the opportunity to, obviously move this forward, but then that includes selecting which or what worthy causes we might want to support, going forward as we go along. And then I just added a link to was it the welcome video? Yeah, welcome to Skool video. That's about that. Yeah, I think we covered all the main points, and you got your costings. So you don't have to make a decision now. We don't have to crack it now. I'll leave that up over the weekend. See where things land come next week, Monday, or maybe Sunday night. Excuse me. See what the general consensus is, if the price stays the same or if I change it. And go from there. But I do think of the build it and they will come. I don't know how true that is, or I don't know how true that will be in this case, but I am inclined to lean more positively towards it, more optimistically, you might say, towards it, just purely because of what I've been fortunate to have here in this space, in the YouTube space. So I'll do it. That's where a lot of content's going to be going. Whether people go there or not, I don't really have a lot of control over that. It'll be a decision that people will need to make based on what value they think they're going to get out of it, and or entertainment. If nothing else, you should get a few laughs out of it. What have we got? In that case, I'd go the lower option. Lots of Kiwi members. Your 67 NZ cents are in the mail. I've not yet begun to get weird. Just finished dinner. Where we casting votes? That's from Jason. Did you have takeaways, Jason? How was the KFC? Shot sen. Is that sensei? See you at school. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's the thing. It was really cool for me to meet a couple of people. One who I've spoken to over the phone, but never hadn't seen until today, and the other one I hadn't spoken to other than chats, and so then got to see and then hear them speak today. So it's just it was nice. It was nice for me anyway to see people that have been supportive or following my space for a bit, and then interact with them. YouTube's just AI goy slop, mostly hard to find value here. Used to be full of learning and knowledge. Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of AI stuff in there. Some of the stuff you can pick it, I think, and go, yeah, that's AI. Other things, there's other bits which may be a bit harder, and I would say it's probably just going to get harder and harder That's my honest take. Like the advancements in technology and AI as it is already in this early stage is just gonna, yeah, it's just gonna become probably even harder and harder to distinguish between what's real, what's not. 100% Corey. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. Any other questions, or have people got? I thought Jason asked the question. I see nobody's responded to his question. Where have we cast our votes? I think he said, yeah, just finished dinner. Where are we casting votes? Um, yeah. Again, it would at least it'll give me something else to think about. Only other thing I watch is Asmon Gold. Is that that's the guy with the beard? He does it like short reaction type stuff as well, eh? I think he's got a massive following if it's the guy I'm thinking of. What's this, Jason? No, Mrs. Cooked mince on toast with egg on top. I eat what I'm given. Sweet, that sounds good though. Nice. Nothing wrong with mince and egg and toast. Judale Morgan, my circumstances mean I couldn't afford more than 20. However, that would be unfair to those who have already paid. So, yeah, maybe different tiers of membership. That gives me something to think about. Tiered membership level. And then, so from that, what do you think a level 1 tier entry person, this is for everyone, not just to Judale Morgan, what do you think you get from those things at level 1 versus a level 2? Or should there be 3? Or should there just be 2? Or does it just stay at 1? Is it the 19, like in terms of the options that I showed on the screen earlier, 39, 29, 19? Interested to hear people's thoughts. Yeah, I've shared with. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Then that's the one. Then that's from Rubber Kiwi Sig. I was trying to do some research on YouTube about dementia, and a good 50+% of the doctors were AI. Crazy. Sean Ryan show is elite. Oh, 100%. Hey, seriously elite. Not a fan of Yanks. Kind of blow hard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, people's. I think some. I think there's some of that in probably every culture. My observation, some of my experience anyway. Met some Yanks that are very, very very humble, reserved, almost like introvert. Some people might say blasphemy. That's not true, or lies. But yeah, definitely. Uh, yeah, I'm just looking at this list here and thinking, oh, so what would a level 1 be for this different tier? What do they get access to versus a higher level tier? Oh, sorry, chat. John Campbell's Good YouTube Doctor. Top tier should at least get a free fridge magnet and t-shirt for top tier. Here you go. Look at that. A fridge magnet and a t-shirt. The Yanks are cool as hell, man. They have loonies and are pretty loud. lived there 10 years. Oh, there you go. Awesome. People still blow hards. True. That's right. Yeah, you were doing a lot of work there for a long period of time. That's right. Ben, what's that song? I've been everywhere, man. That's you, Rubber Kiwi. um, yeah, okay. Well, at least it's food for thought, something to think about. In terms of the costing, uh, yeah, looks like we're undecided or people don't want to put forward at the stage, which is fine. If you want to, in the chat part of this later on, feel free. Oh, here I am scrolling to it like I'm sharing the screen. I'm not even sharing the screen. Yeah, if you want to, you can do that. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see how we go. But like I said, just a reminder, live streams, at least on the YouTube space, will start to dial back. Video content will start to dial back and on YouTube. It won't stop, but it won't be as frequent. I think at the moment, or for quite a while now anyway, there's been at least one new video each day, not including the lives. So a lot of that stuff will be, migrated over to Skool. Pulling night shifts, so just had breakfast. Right. Okay, Charlie29. Well, you hope you have a good shift, man. Safe night and a steady night, so there's no Steady night, is that right? Safe night. Stick with safe night. The Yanks do love to hear themselves talk. Just different kind of boots still got out there anyway. I still have no idea what's even going on. Unfit for purpose? Bless you, bro. So, what we have been talking about, or this last sort of wrap up, when I was sharing the screen, was in relation to the Skool part, which you mentioned earlier that you had troubles with anyway, and struggle with technology and stuff. If I had your email, I would probably send you some comms or reach out to you uh, to try to help out, but also to try to hook you up if you wanted to uh, come into the Skool community that we're looking to create. I don't know if you're struggling with technology at the moment. I don't know if that might be too big a leap. Not too sure, but yeah, I would spend time with you, bro, and dare I say, sir, and look to try to help you out as best I could. That's if you're serious on here. I think you are because of the other comments that you've said earlier. But anyway, that's an offer. Take it or leave it. If you've got somebody that can help you get to where actually, I'll just put my email in the chat here. Hey, let's see if it shows up. If you want to unfit for purpose, you can email me there at that email. When I get your email, if you choose to email me, I'll look to try to help you out with the using Skool if you want to. No pressure there. What happens with YouTube memberships? Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. I'll probably scrap those. If I'm going to be shifting, like it just doesn't seem. And that's what I was saying earlier, Rubber Kiwi. Some people have said, "Oh, you might," because obviously had some conversations with other people too, not just those of you here on the chat. Contrary to popular belief, but yeah, some of them suggested, well, maybe keep some of or one of, or a couple of YouTube memberships, and then have the higher tier ones over on Skool. If I was going to do that. But yeah, that's why the conversation open to ideas. You people typically have some good ideas that you're capable, more than capable of sharing. I'll consider them, have a look at them, and then at the end of the day, weigh up what I think is not only fair and reasonable, but with what works for what I'm doing on here as well. Much like what I said, those that are members in the community, great that you're members, thank you very much, but doesn't mean I'm going to react to everything that you send me. I don't react to everything that people send me as it is. There's blinking a whole bunch of stuff that I've received. Some of it I'll have a look at, some of it I don't even bother looking at. I've been sent a whole bunch of AI stuff that I didn't know was AI till I clicked on and had a look, and I went, no, I'm not interested in that. And then I just leave it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Daz is cracking up. I can. Somebody's having nothing like having a good belly laugh there, Dazza. It's great. Just need to be separated from the herd. I had an email once, but I forgot the password. Like, well, unfit for purpose, sir. I think I've done as much as what I can to try to help you towards and trying to potentially being able to hook you up with access to Skool. Yeah, that's the best I got, man. There's exactly, bro, and God bless you, fit for purpose. Yeah, 100%. Bless you, man. But that is crack up. I just read that comment now. I had an email once. I'm in for 20, halfway with unfit. Think I got a grasp of it. Oh, there you go, Jace. Okay. And for 20, so that's good for me to know. So the 19 is the actual mark, but yeah, I hear what you're saying with regards to 20. And just so we understand, those prices, it would seem, are US dollars. So even though it was invented by a Kiwi, it's in US dollars. So just keep that in mind, so you don't go, oh, I'm paying 19 and next minute blinking $80 gets taken out. Poeticus, a good laugh, banter. Hey, bro, this is from Will H. May Okay. Thank you. Cheers. Not that I am that way inclined, but appreciate the sentiment. Unfit for purpose. I'll ask the nephew how to get an email thing set up. Okay, yeah, cool. I was going to say maybe one of your children or nephew or something might be able to help you. And if you are able to do that, unfit for purpose, please just let me know when you send me the email. I'm unfit for purpose, or I'm the unfit for purpose guy. so that I know. Yes, and then I'll look to try to help you out there and hook you up. So, but I do try to stay away from tech because I seem to always be throwing phones against walls. Don't have to wait, Joe, to get off to talk to each other over there. No, I like the journey. Poeticus Jameson's Travels is a good YouTuber. Yeah, actually, I have got him on my list to reach out to and ask if he'd want to jump on for me to interview him. I like his take on a lot of his stuff. You're right, Nick. Does objective reacts on military subjects, keeps the vid short. Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes. He's much better at doing short reactions than I am. He's worth a look. Yeah, no, I already know who you're talking about. He's the guy that reached out to me a while ago. I've still got his email. What did he say? It was very humbling, actually, to get an email from him, considering his following. So, if people don't know, now you know. Check out Jameson's Travels. You'll see he's got a very large following. It was very short. He just said, "Greetings. It's Jameson from Jameson's Travels on YouTube. I'd like to link up with you and figure out if I can get you in front of my audience. I know they would be interested." Jameson. And that was it. Yeah, short to the point. Got his email here at jamesonstravels.com. Yeah, it was nice to get. When did I get that? That was last year, September 13th of September 2025. Last year I got that. So that was yeah, super kind of that fella. So yeah, I was already subscribed to him, followed him, still follow him now. Yeah, so he does good ones, good breakdowns. Seems like a very intelligent guy as well, and got some experience as well. I don't know exactly what his story is and his background, but seems to have military background. Um, and he speaks well when he's doing the reactions on some of the retards that he chooses to do reactions to. It's quite cool. Where are we? James Travels, Sig. Oh, yeah, that's for them to have their conversation. Last night was amazing. Need a seniors discount. Need a seniors discount. Amen. Yeah, no. Amen from Dazza. That might have been to earlier comments, or it might have been to Jason's one. It's Rubber Kiwi. I'm for purpose. I'm all for a seniors discount. Do you take gold card? Tapping it on the screen. Bloody card's not working. It won't work. Uh, she still does. My ex was 15 years her senior, former US Marine. Former US Marine. That's for Jameson's Travels, I suspect. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. What's this? Oh, I got the notification on my email. That's what it is from yourself, Nick. Thank you very much, bro. Once again. So yeah, that's what we were talking about. Unfit for purpose. I love that handle. That's a great handle. And we'll see where we end up. Wonder if he's still eating crayons. Crack up. Who hasn't had dinner yet? I haven't had dinner yet. Not that I'm feeling super hungry. That's not a me trying to get out of here too. I would just cut it if I was looking to get out of here. But is anybody eating while they're watching this, or is anybody eating anything good? Is what I should say. Because at this stage, I'm probably still going to run with baked beans, eggs, and toast. So aside from crayons, is anybody else eating anything that might tempt me to do something? I just had a munch. Yeah, what did you? Were you the KFC one? So we know Jason wasn't. His was mince on toast with an egg on top. That sounds good. If I had some mince, I'd probably be cooking up some mince as well. The purple ones taste like grape. He saw me today. I don't do that. Does it count as eating if I can't remember eating? Unfit for purpose. You know what? I definitely want to see you on a video call. I had a chat. One of the lads today was on the call and he was using his phone. And you know those people that use their phone like this, and they're looking at it, but all you can see is their forehead. That is exactly what happened today. And then when I said that, he was like, "Oh, yeah," pulled it back and then moved it back so he had more of a could get more of him in the camera and not just the forehead up. I'm not saying you would do that, unfit for purpose, but let's just say I would have a good laugh and I wouldn't be upset. It would put a good smile on my face. I could tell you that much. Does it count? Oh no, it's got that. Sig me steak and eggs, broski. Oh, nice steak and eggs. Yeah, that sounds good. This talk of the steaks that people are having, or even the KFC that was mentioned earlier, the mince. So, yeah. Now baked beans and eggs and toast doesn't like toast and eggs still sounds good, but the baked beans, it seems like, oh, wish I had some mince. I'd cook the mince up instead. No, I just chucked some chicken in the air fryer. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Air fryer's not bad. Chicken, always good. Poeticus, nice. I have a dish I call Mexican chicken. Yeah, Mexican dish. Mexican dishing. Mexican chicken. Poeticus, go KFC. If I looked in a camera, it would break. Well, now I need to see you on camera even more now so we can connect and then let's see what happens to the live. Maybe we can be the first to break our live feed on Skool when we catch up. Yeah, crack up unfit for purpose. My sip. Heck, Joe, I've just joined. What have I missed? Well, you have missed. Well, I'll let other people fill you in. You'll have to go back and watch it from the start if you want to. But unfit for purpose, just remember that handle, people, wherever you are. Not only is it a great handle for YouTube or for anything, but I look forward to meeting this man and and having a chat and seeing if the Skool live breaks. Rubber kiwi, Maori nachos, mince and cheese pie, and a bag of Doritos. Whoa, is that you, Rubber Kiwi? So Maori nachos, you mean rations? You talking about rations or twisties? Mince and cheese pie and a bag of Doritos. Still sounds pretty good to me, if I'm being honest. It's a whole chicken with 6 Coronas. It's the Mexican dish. Eh? I love beans and toast with HP sauce. There you go. Yeah, I get called a creep all the time for it. I don't think I've had I know what HP sauce is. I don't think I've had HP sauce on my beans on toast before. I'll have to try it. I'd have to get HP sauce first. Usually just too busy with smoky barbecue and tomato sauce. Sig, I should mortgage my house to buy steak for dinner tomorrow. Baked beans mixed with butter and sugar. I definitely had butter. I haven't thrown sugar in my baked beans before. Talk 5018. Thanks for that. No, really, you don't. All your subs would quit. Bro, you might actually help increase the sub count. Unfit for purpose. Remember Kiwi, everything like off the professional. What's that fella's name? Gary Oldman. If you know, you know. My soap. You going to have a rumble? You going to have a rumble, Joe? A rumble? Gee, making my porridge look sad. All right. Charlie 29. Add some butter to it, some brown sugar, and some toast, and it'll be fine. Unfit for purpose. Is Tui barbecue sauce still a thing? Because Tui the alcohol, the beer, because that stuff was amazing. I think it depends, eh? Lion red, lion brown, Tui. Some people use Bates, Foster's, a whole bunch of other condiments on their food. Think I might be a tinfoil hat senior. I got masking tape over my pad camera. I have to put some tape over this one. Yeah, nah, No tape. Crack up reading your fellas' comments. My soap, you should have a good time going back and having a listen to it if you want to. Lion Red is absolute sewage. it's always cracks me up listening to people talking about their favorite beverage and then other people coming in that bloody crap VB 4X, all the other stuff that people talk about. It always puts a smile on my face. Tinfoil hats get you hot-headed. Poeticus. Yeah, all right. Well, I don't know if anybody's got to prefer Worcestershire, Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, fight with that guy you mentioned. A fight with that guy you mentioned. I don't know. Who did I mention? Not planning on having any rumbles or any fights with people. Man, there's definitely some reactions coming in that Skool space in and around the rubbish in the UK and Ceuta in Spain and other parts of the world in Canada, rubbish in Australia. Yeah. Poland seems to be showing a heck of a lot of reserve. If they've been given the instruction, apparently, that they can shoot to kill any illegal immigrants trying to breach the border, I'd say those immigrants are very lucky because, from what I've seen in the footage, if the footage is accurate, if it's not AI, they've been very restrained. I haven't seen them, and I haven't heard of Poland authorities or border authorities or Poland military shooting and killing anybody there yet. But it hasn't deterred those blinking twats from trying to get in there. Such a Kiwi thing, eh? I usually drink Tui's. Oh, that's sort bro. Hammerhead. Oh, heck, he's only just Hammerhead's only just entered the chat now with Poeticus's comment. But that fella's like old news. Well, to me anyway. Actually, to be fair, I think the other reason that he's probably old news is because I haven't seen any comments from him lately. Maybe he's trying to pretend that he's not following my channel. When we know he is, don't worry, he'll be back. I have no doubt. When I've got the rest of the Two Worlds Collide podcast, parts 10 and 11. They're already done and they're already scheduled, but I'd already done other videos in between, so they'll come up when they come up, probably a day or a couple of days apart. So he'll pop his head back up then. Yeah, crack up. Yeah, okay, that's what you mean, Hammerhead. Western society needs a reset. That's so last week. Do do better. Tui is mud water as well. Bin that. Unfit for purpose. New Zealand needs to go to the 80s. Those were good times. Yeah, geez. Would have been some good times. I would have still been only a child then, so it was still good times for me as a child. But yeah, I could only imagine what you mean by good times if you're an adult in that stage, unfit for purpose. Poeticus, it doesn't have the background to do civil war in the West. Oh, that's good joke. What's the? Sorry, I'm not sure what the good part is. I was born in 97. Holy hecka! 97. Wow. That's our secret. It's all some brewed in the same vats. How great reset. Klaus Schwab, is that you? Oh, that Hammerhead's old news. Yeah, well, it is to me. I think I would have, I'm pretty sure I would have, because I've done 5 lives this week. I can't help but think that Hammerhead would have come up. I think I mentioned in one of the other lives, people sent me through some photos because there is a person on Instagram who goes by Hammerhead27, the exact same handle on YouTube. That person's also appears to have some military background. So I don't know whether it's US military or Australian military or where the truck they're from. But they've also got a lot of family images. So the peeps that must have done some investigation and tracked down who I think they must think is this Hammerhead retard 27 on YouTube. I looked at it and went, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they got some military stuff. Maybe it's them. They got videos. It's a public profile. It's not a private one. So I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Um, but I haven't contacted that person, and yeah, I mean, they don't want to jump on a live, so I wouldn't want to. But it just seems oddly coincidental that they've got the exact same handle. As the handle on YouTube is the exact same one that's on the Instagram one that there's people sent me the images and stuff of. So when they sent me that, I did go and have a look, and then that's when I discovered and scrolled through it. I was like, man, this person's got, just looks like a normal dude with their family. I suppose we all look like normal dudes till we blink and turn into retards at some stage. Anyway, yeah, old news to me. What's this one? Off to pop some paper targets. People, good day and God bless. Likewise, take care. Daz, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the comments and the support. Klaus isn't their kingpin anymore. He left. Spun's Lime Fun. How nice. Yeah, I reckon, eh? Or is that just what he wants you to think? Hey, off to the RSA. It could be. Sig, if you're talking about, I'm not sure if you're talking about Hammerhead or if you're talking about Daz then. Off to the RSL, mate. Have a good show. Yeah, you too, man. Say good day to Kwani from me. And give him a, I was just trying to think of what to do. Nah, don't do it. Just say good day to him from me. Thanks for the last two. The community here, funny people love it. Yeah, thank you, Nick, for joining the Skool community as well and being a part of this. It's a weird secret fetish, but it's 2026. Whatever, Hammerhead. Hey Joe, what happened to the guy that was harassing you on Instagram a while back? Bro, he's stopped for ages as well. I think probably partly because there have been, and I shared on another live around the same time when I spoke about people that sent me through images of this Hammerhead27 on Instagram. I've got this. There are soldiers and there are police officers that follow my socials. It seems, well, I know, and have some conversations with some of those people, and some people in various roles, responsibilities. That's in NZ and Australia. And so, as far as I know, I don't know if there's any other law enforcement that follow me from other countries. I doubt it. But anyway, at least in NZ and Australia. And Spears Brad is the one that you're talking about on Instagram. He's gone radio silence for ages. And I can't help but think that it's probably because of one of the messages that I did get. I blocked out the person's details that sent it to me, the police person. I did post it and then took it down after, but I took it down after Spears Brad had already seen it. And so I think that maybe I could be wrong, but I think maybe that caused him to reassess some of his life's decisions. and just stopped. Yeah, so I don't know what happened to him. I don't particularly care, but I was up for it. People had been telling me from military and a whole bunch of other areas saying, bro, just ignore him, don't engage, you're better than that, blah, 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 which I understood where they're coming from. Some of those are military people as well. Some of those are civvies. And as I shared, I was like, yeah, nah, the inner child in me just wants to engage with this twat because he doesn't know what he's on about. And then, hello, we saw some blanking out the gate comments from that fella. And then I think as those from the police world that are kind enough to, dare I say, follow me and then reach out to me, let me know a few things. And then old Spears Brad has gone radio silence, but he could be a twat that's just sitting in the background of these live streams that I do, just listening. Same with old Hemorrhoid Head. Not that I particularly care. There's a heart-shaped heart there. Take care, bros. I was born in 2008. Nah, joking, trying to sound young. Oh, maybe that guy. I got a new plinker to sight in one day. Yeah, probably got a few targets that we could offer up. What's Instagram and what does it do? Hey, unfit for purpose. Let me say this: if you get your nephew to help you out and we connect, we need to do a video call. So just use Gmail and we can just do a Gmail video chat call on there. and get your nephew to help out with that. I have to see you. I have to chat with you. and and have a good conversation. Don't worry, I won't record it unless you're okay with me recording it. But no, I won't record it. But I would love to have a cordial with you, sir, and have a laugh in the process too. You may not want to have a chat with me, but I promise you, I won't be there to take the piss out of you or anything like that. I genuinely would love to have a chat with you. Market of models, I think. What's Instagram and what does market of models? I keep hearing people talk about it, but no idea what it is. Your nephew will probably be able to show you when he sets you up or gets you back onto the interwebs with an email. So you may already have an idea of what it is by the time we connect. Hopefully, we get to connect. I mean that genuinely. I'd like to have a chat with you. Seems legit. What's your handle on OF? I'll send you a free link. Yeah, no, let's not and say we did. No one would know. Well, not going to be able to help you get over to the Skool community if that's where you want to come and join in on the banter. You can still do chat. You don't have to do audio or video, but it gives you more options. Hey, crack up. What's this? Be good to see you start podcasts again. Thanks for that. Well, the podcasts that I'll be doing, they're going to be in Skool. The interviews that I'll be doing, and probably a bit different to the ones that I was doing in the past. Want to, as I was saying, focus in more on certain aspects and deep dive into that. Let them flow for as long as they want on those particular topics, and then end it there. And there'll be a series of episodes. So multiple episodes is the plan, with those who are maybe fortunate to have on as guests. Never know, they might get hoha. They might just prefer a one long marathon episode. But I think, like what I've discovered for me personally, after doing some of those reflection videos and then just doing lives like this, and then people throwing questions in, and then me going, "Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right." I think in those moments where I can have some of the pre-recordings with them, I think they'll probably have some of those same moments and go, "Oh, bloody hell, yeah!" Like when I did the before, during, and after my enter, and I nearly forgot to talk about my sweetheart. Oh yeah, I better talk about her. That all happened prior to me going on selection 2 in NZ. Hello, otherwise I would have just skimmed straight over that. But having that, yeah, that moment and that time to reflect, I didn't anticipate that first one taking over 3 hours, but it did. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Good to see Bill Bestick again. I enjoyed that one. Yeah, I was supposed to do a follow up with him. I should reach out to him. So he's another one that I need to follow up with and see what he's been up to. Bro, you managed to recover Epicult at all? Nah. Nope. No access to that at all. So it just sits there, does its thing. Rawakiwi's a good handle for that. Poeticus. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Well, I don't know if people have got, I don't think I haven't got anything else to talk about. Not unless people throw stuff at me for me to talk about, or have got questions. I'm happy to sit here for a bit longer if people have got questions, or if it's taken a little bit of time on your dial-up internet connections to send your questions through. Otherwise, unless people want to talk about what they got planned for the weekend. What have I got planned for the weekend? More work. That's what I got planned. I got a whole bunch of work planned for the Skool thing. So those members expect a bunch of videos to go in there, a bunch of reactions, which won't be on YouTube. And then I've got some probably cancellations and stuff. So if any of you are members on my YouTube channel, up to you whether or not you want to keep renewing, but I'm probably going to, don't be surprised if I look to just start canceling those. Maybe I'll start to cancel them over the next week or two. And maybe the only one I might leave going might just be the channel supporter one. The whopping $2 that it is, I think, from memory. And maybe the deeper dive, because it might, I might put some of the stuff from the Skool community into that particular section. But again, I'll have to play that by ear, because YouTube's algorithm and the censorship stuff, like the copyright stuff, might turn out to be more of an issue than I might care to want to engage in, if that makes sense. So those would probably be the two. Probably start removing the other ones. Oh, that was the other thing I didn't mention. So, like, there may be people that want to join the Skool community from that perspective of curiosity about selection prep and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, members would have access to me for that sort of thing as well as part of the. So yeah, I do think there's a fair bit of value being put into the Skool community. Bit hard, I understand, for people to see that now, and or maybe even hear it or try to picture it just based on, it's just words, at the end of the day, in terms of what I'm talking about here on the live. Until that stuff, until people start to see the content and the stuff of what's been shown there, the interviews probably will be a big one of that as well, I assume. Even if it isn't, doesn't matter. That's where a lot of the stuff is going to be for the purposes of, and the original intention, which was that unfiltered, uncensored. I can say what I like and put things up without worrying about censorship. I can do those live streams to certain things without the whole thing being shut down. People can join in as well. And there's just a whole bunch more options to be able to do things and interact with the community. So trying to build a community here in my little space, well, that's what I've been trying to do with YouTube. I've been fortunate to have a little bit of a community, particularly those regular ones that take time out of their days or evenings to spend some time here in my space. And if I can continue to foster that, develop that, support that, grow that in some way, shape, or form, then I'm going to look to continue to do that. This is what I'm doing for work. This is what I've chosen to do. Not everybody, I understand, has that opportunity or the privilege to make a decision and go, I'm going to go content creation or social media full time. So I get that. I don't. It's not lost on me that the position in which I'm in to be able to do that. Definitely not a blink and not super rich or anything like that by any stretch. Couldn't be further from the truth. But if I got into this to become super rich, then I've chosen a not very good career. I've chosen a not very good option, because it's probably going to take, and even then it still won't, but it's probably going to take 15, 20 years before I'm probably making anywhere near what I was making when I was working full time. You know what I mean? So this is what do I say? Passion project turned into to just not even a project now. It's just passion, just enjoyment for me. And where I can, I'm going to look to try to leverage not only my experience, but people that I'm lucky enough to connect with, and then try to have that add value in some way. And Skool is going to be, by the looks of things, is the platform that I've chosen, that I'm looking at, or that I'm in now, and is just going to be spammed with a whole bunch of stuff in the coming days, weeks, months, and over the next years for whilst I'm doing social media. So yeah, if you're here during that whole time, thank you. Those that have been here from the start, thank you very much as well for the support. That's huge, especially when people have subscribed to something not knowing, oh, what's this guy on about? What is he up to? And then you're still here, sort of a little over a year later, 16, 18 months later, whatever it is. Did it rubbers, good handle. No, that's for Poeticus. Do you reckon current contractors are feeling the weight of USA's movements? Current contractors. Are you talking about security contractors, private security contractors, Poeticus? Is that what you mean? For purpose, I was going to go fishing, but the weather is turning to custard. Oh, okay. Rubbish. All good, bro. I'll sub to Skool on payday. all good talk. Yeah. If you are able to, awesome. If not, hey, all good. I'm still, like I said, YouTube is still going to be going. It's just not going to be as spammed as much by me as what Skool is about to be. Hey, that rhymed, eh? It's not going to be as spammed as much by me as what Skool is about to be. That's like a Harry Mack rap. Check out Harry Mack. I'm going to be doing some reactions to that fella too. He's cool as. Anyway, I digress. How would you deal with a job you feel trapped in, as you aren't enjoying it anymore, but it pays well and is very convenient? My current situation. Great question. Really great question. I've been fortunate and this is just my take, my soap. I've been really fortunate. I've had really good paying jobs while I was in Australia. Since I've been back here in NZ, we have always been a single income family. Sorry, there was a short period of time where we were a dual income family when we were in Auckland for a short period of time. And then again for probably, when I say short, over a year period of time where we've been a dual income family here, where my wife always wanted to go back to work. And she's doing an amazing job. She loves her job with regards to the community legal centre, of where she's been working now for a few years. Still got the training wheels on, so she's not let loose yet to be unsupervised. So she can't start a practice of her own yet. I'm not too sure how much longer she's got left where she has to be supervised, and or if she even wants to start a practice of her own. But for me, so I've always been fortunate to have really good, and dare I say, well, for me, high paying jobs. Definitely for me, my level of education. So to your question, how do you deal with it? I never felt trapped in those jobs. And this is the reason why for me. Like, I always, like, when I got sick and tired of a job, even though it was paying well, for me, my mindset has always been, I'll just find another job, and I'll find another job that I like. And I did find other jobs that I liked for a time. And then I didn't like them anymore. And then I'd move on. And then found another job that I liked, paid well. Then I didn't like it, moved on. So that's probably not a great, I'm not suggesting that. I'm just sharing with you in terms of what I did to give context, before I get into trying to give my take in terms of your actual question. How would you deal with a job you feel trapped in? As in you aren't enjoying it anymore, but it pays well and is very convenient. So those things are really interesting. Like, probably the difference for me was that the jobs that I had that I didn't necessarily enjoy paid really well, but they weren't necessarily convenient. Fly in, fly out, drive in, drive out. Um, Unable to do them remotely, had to go into the place or the locations to do that work, and that was good. And some of those jobs, came with a work vehicle, came with a fuel card, came with an expenses business card to use for business, not just to be blinking willy nilly with it. Um, so I suppose there's some convenience from that perspective, and a heck of a lot of savings, if I'm being honest. Um, and not enjoying it anymore, how would you deal with a job that you feel trapped in? I guess that's probably another important part. So for me, I never felt trapped in it. So I can't authentically answer that question from that perspective, a job that you feel trapped in, because I've never felt trapped in any of my jobs, not even in the military. Clearly, by the fact that I was prepared to disregard or not comply with my SSM or my OC or even the CO when he said, they can go do that course or show cause. So I'll show cause. Then they come back and said, well, you need to do the course, or we probably can't keep you here. And I thought, yeah, whatever. And they called my bluff and I left. So I've never felt trapped in a job. So again, whether that's just my own mental wiring, or that whether that's me being in denial, that could be. I don't think it is, though, for me personally. Like, I've always been very stubborn and strong-willed and strong-minded in terms of my opinions and decisions on things, and as I think we all are. But when it's come to work, to your point there, I've never personally felt trapped. So just for transparency, honesty, from my perspective, I can't answer that part honestly, because I don't recall ever, even as I sit here and really go through the memory banks of a whole bunch of jobs that I've been fortunate to have, I have never felt trapped in a job that was paying well. What would I do? It depends on, like, yeah, that's like one of those, how long's a piece of string. If I was in a situation, and I think I've done some videos, not lives, but I think I've done some pre-recorded videos in the social media space, or talking about some of this sort of stuff from memory. I'm pretty sure I have anyway. It might have been last year, but sort of rings some bells. It definitely depends on your situation, eh? Like, if you've got the bills to pay and you've still got all the children and stuff at home, and cost of living isn't getting any cheaper, and if you're the only, like, if you're the main breadwinner or the only breadwinner in your home, like, that changes the perspective, the picture completely. For me, if that was the case in my situation, I would be getting off my backside and going to find a job. TX MK5 shooter, I think it has asked me a bunch of questions, but he said, "Hey, what sort of jobs would you do or wouldn't you do?" And I've said, "Oh, I can't picture any job that I would say, nah, I'm too good for that, or I'm not doing that job. Courses, yes, clearly that's what I did. But in hindsight and reflection, I'd probably, I would be more open and considered before I made decisions like that. Anyway, I'm not in that situation anymore. So back to this. Um, and I've done that. So worked, like I said, labouring, construction, just digging holes in residential building sites, shoveling sand into a wheelbarrow and carting that out. Worked at McDonald's, cleaning tables. This is in Perth, Western Australia. Um, Not because we were dire straits at that time. That was more, again, wasn't wasn't what was it? What did you say about hate? Trapped? Didn't feel trapped in a job. I just had enough of traveling away so much. And the Butler McDonald's was just down the road from where we lived in Perth, like literally walking distance. So it was more for convenience for me. I was like, oh man, I could just go do this. Sick and tired of fly and fly out. Sick and tired of drive and drive out. Next airport, going here, going there, blah blah blah. I can go do this and be home every day. So decisions, choices, depending on your situation. For me, I made decisions based on mine. If I was in a situation whereby if my family needed me to be the person that's making the money, then I'm going to move heaven and earth, do as much as I can to get out and apply for jobs. I've had plenty of no's. I've had plenty of yeses, probably more no's than yeses if I was to do a comparison side by side. But that's what I would do in terms of if I was feeling trapped in a job that I no longer liked, but it pays well and it's convenient, it's going to be dependent on your personal circumstances, which you already know. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, or anybody that they don't already know, other than just trying to share some context. What are you prepared to do? So if you're feeling trapped, is it worth your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health and well-being? Maybe it is to you. So if that's the case, those are things that you'd probably want to weigh up as well. Those are things that I've looked at on reflection. And when I chose to go work at the local McDonald's down the road, wiping tables, cleaning tables, and the bathrooms, the toilets, and in the back end as well, um, that was purely from a just more convenience. I could be home every night. I can walk to work. I can walk back home. I could do the night shift, which is what I did mostly, and it was great. I didn't do it very long because some other things and some other good opportunities came up, and some good people that I considered good friends who needed some help, and they felt that I had some ability to help them with that, and that was delivering some training and assessing, and that back in that oil and gas space. So again, it was good money, but for a group of clients and a contract that they had been working hard to get and they'd landed. One of those, I guess, to say yes and then figure out how to do it later, which I guess is partly what they did, but they're good people too. So I was very happy to help them, and they looked after me really well. It meant traveling away again, but I suppose I had a good amount of time, if that's the right word. I'd had a good amount of time to be able to enjoy that convenience of just going down the road and being at work, um, until until something else popped up. And it's either something else has either popped up through me proactively looking for it, so looking for another job, or through me enjoying and or doing things that is making me feel good, either about myself or what I'm doing, or having greater access to whatever those things are. In that case, there at that time, my family and stuff, um, and not being prepared to sacrifice my own well-being, personal well-being, family situation, etc. Because I can be pretty miserable if I'm not happy in my work and I come home. So I don't know about you, my soap, but I definitely am. Yeah, not proud to say it, but definitely one of those people that if I'm not happy with how things are going, um, it has been rough on my family. So yeah, some learning and some growth and stuff in that process. So again, I don't know what's happening or your family situation, whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you got children, whether you're, you know, whatever, whether it's just you. Well, that's the same as single. But weighing up what's important to you, I think is should by and large trump, as best you can, uh, should trump what it is that you are having to deal with or go through. If it's affecting your mental health, if it's affecting your relationships with people that you care about, if it's affecting your physical ability. I don't know if it is, but for me, I don't know that those things are worth it. Find something that you really enjoy. All those cliches that come out around find something that you love, and you can finish the rest of that sentence. Can't even be bothered saying it. But for me, like, man, I feel like I'm in a really good space with regards to what it is that I'm doing for, dare I say, work. And who'd have thunk that I could sit around, make a channel, react to things, give my 2 cent view, and be fortunate and blessed to have people that would not only stop by and watch, but then go another step and subscribe, maybe even give a thumbs up, maybe even start commenting. And who knows, then maybe even start joining live streams. Even though there's only a handful of people on here, I can see 11 on here. Well, what I'm seeing on there shows that there's 11. That's awesome. Like, my live streams when they started went from having no one to 1 and 2 people. So I think at one stage here there was like 20 people. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So finding, weighing those things up for you is ultimately, at least in my experience, comes down to what's best for you at that time, and or for your family if you've got a family to weigh up. So those years of going out and working for me were largely dictated by the fact that I've got a wife and 6 young children who have got schooling, who have got sports, who need clothes on their back as they grow and get bigger, who need food in their belly. We've got bills to pay, got a mortgage to pay, and everything else in between. Um, Vehicles, servicing, the insurances, the list goes on and on, right? So because of that, I was more than happy to go out and do that. We're at a stage in our life now, 5 of our kids are not at home. 5 of the 6, we only got 1 at home. She's got a job that she has as well, so she's making some money for herself. We are very fortunate. Again, we're in a very privileged position again. Mum-in-law has got this space for us to be at. She owns her home. So really all we're contributing to is just paying any bills, shopping, internet, rates and that sort of stuff. So I'm fortunate to do this from a very privileged position in terms of how things have worked out. Yes, we came here when Mum suffered a stroke a few years ago, but she's made a full recovery now. Mother-in-law is what I'm talking about. But yeah, we'll just settle here and we'll stay here for the foreseeable future anyway. Wife enjoys what she's doing for work. As I guess what you call a junior lawyer. She's definitely not making pop star wages or anything like that. And that's fine. She doesn't need to be. And we're just in a good position whereby we're able to live the way that we live. It's simple. It is not extravagant at all. We definitely look to live within our means, and it works. We're happy. So whatever happens down the track, obviously, as I've always said, not gonna say no if people want to send money. I think it was Hammerhead who mentioned that. He goes, hey, do you do super chats? I'll send you some money. And then he reneged. I think he said, I'll send you some dough. And he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. So liar, as far as I'm concerned. That was disappointing. But anyway, yeah. And so as I chip away with having a long-term vision in mind for what it is that I'm doing now, what I'm lucky enough to do and enjoy, success, whatever that's measured by, and or financial, from a financial perspective, that'll happen whenever it happens, and it'll happen however it's meant to happen, whether that's through school, which is what I'm doing now, whether that's through other opportunities, through other people that I'm lucky enough to meet with, and who have reached out and asked me if I would do or come and present or do a talk, or something like that, or run something for them, and they're prepared to offer a koha or something like that. That is, or a donation for those that might not know. Yeah, it's cool. Everything will work out the way it's meant to be. So the main thing for me is like, man, I have so much gratitude in terms of the freedom that I have. That's the word that I was going to say first. I have so much freedom, which I'm grateful for, to be able to get up each day, sort out my morning routine, get my training in, get cleaned up, go through and have a look at my list of what I have planned to do, and then start attacking that as well as I can. Get some more training in, and then do things like this ad hoc, and then part of that plan and prepare for the next day or the next days or the weekend. And then after got them cleaned up, if I didn't mention that, after the other training session, and they're not like massively intense training sessions. They don't need to be these days. It's just a lot of it is keeping things ticking over. Some of that is some basic strength. Some of it is sometimes just mobility. Sometimes it's just stretching with some of the stuff that I get to do if I've got in, some sort of decent sweat up type activity. Sometimes it's with weight. Sometimes it's with a pack on my back. Sometimes it's just body weight and nothing. Sometimes it's running. Sometimes it's just walking. Sometimes it's just boring and repetitive down and up on the ground doing burpees for a period of time or till I hit a set number. But all of that stuff, man, I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in, and I don't take it for granted. So with the channel, if the channel can provide some value to people that are kind enough to support or follow, then I just think it's a win-win for me. I'm winning, and if I'm winning, hopefully those that spend any time here can get a small win themselves by whether that's through some of the content, whether that's through having a laugh with each other in the chat, whether that's through hopefully eventually some of the spot prizes that will come out as part of the eventually monthly giveaways. Might not be able to get to a monthly giveaway initially, but trust me, give me some time, or give potential community members time to join. People will start to see and receive those, and they'll be able to talk about them on live streams and that sort of thing. And I'll be able to clip some of that and share some of that and go, yeah, this is the reality of that stuff happening. The collaborations with other people out in their space that they're doing, like Dave from New Zealand Outdoor Blades and Bullets. Hopefully get over and catch up with Buck in Australia and far in North Queensland, Mr. Buckaroony. Do some collabs with them, get over to the UK, do some stuff with people. All of that's like way down the track. There's no way I'm seeing that happening in the near foreseeable future. Like, be great if that did, but I'm in this for the long term. I initially set 10 years. This is coming into 2 years of it, well, a year and a half of it, and I'm already content with the idea that 10 years wasn't long enough. 20 years is going to be how long I'm going to be doing this sort of stuff for, and then whatever happens in the iterations of that will be interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing those reflections. So again, I just rambled off. Don't know that I answered your question at all, my soap. I know that I probably didn't, but at least if nothing else, I gave people a bit of a story that they could have dozed off to. and just hit play. I'm just gonna hit play on this, and then just lie here, and then just doze off. So you may have blissfully dozed off to sleep wherever you are, and if you did, good for you. Maybe that's what I could do, help me get to sleep. But no, I've been having no dramas getting to sleep or anything like that. But appreciate your question, my soap. I think, also looking at the position that you're in, and trying to find the areas to be grateful for. Like, if you've got a job, you're in a job that pays well and it's convenient, which is your current situation, even though you may feel trapped in it. Sometimes looking at the positives that you have from it, even if it may be as simple as pay is good, allows you to live a good quality of life, allows you to cover all your bills and still have the opportunity to go out and eat out overnight or whatever, or a few times a week, go and enjoy a movie or get takeout or whatever, contribute and donate whatever the things are that you do within your space, or spoil the missus or the partner, or spoil your children from time to time. Sometimes finding, dare I say, comfort or solace, not solace, comfort, and maybe that gratitude aspect in terms of what you do have, can be helpful, and that may potentially shift sort of some of the grey matter around and go, actually, this isn't as bad as what I thought it was. I don't feel as trapped. It is very convenient and got good money, and it allows me to do and or live the lifestyle that you have. So there's definitely lots of different ways of thinking about it, eh? And on that note, there you have it, me not answering your question. Poeticus. I took that long that he retracted a message. Car poor. Bro, you send some funny messages, bro. I have no idea what you're on about sometimes. Cool, bro. Seen the hater comment from Insta. Some will, no matter, but the feed is dropping in out later. Well, yeah, there you go. This feed has probably been dropping in and out. Sig, if you enjoyed it too much, would it even be a job? There you go. Look at that. I like that answer, Sig. 13 years? No, what the heck? Where am I? Bum, bum, bum. Bloody hell, there were heaps of comments in here. This thing just went shot right up. Rehab? No, didn't read that before. Lucky. Back pain. Holy heck. Bro, there's like heaps of okay, I think I only just got to where what it was showing before it just went and then there's all these other comments. Sounds like you dating my ex. Sent laughing disco for 250 joules. Thank you, Carport. Sent a laughing disco for 250 joules. Appreciate it. That's Sig. That's to unfit. That's for Sig. That's for unfit. That's for Sig. Seems like should have told me that at the start. I would have known exactly what you mean. That's probably for somebody else. Andrew Solus, bro, you need to get on the Zero Limits podcast, bro. Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, have been in contact with Maddie. Maddie's been in contact with me. I've been in contact with him. He's got a few great guests lined up, including Tom. So ex NZSA led. So I'm sure he's not. I'm sure they're not strapped for guests. Podicus, yep, all of it. Joe, bro, were you on selection with my uncle Billy Rickard? Yes, I was. Billy is an awesome fella, bro. Awesome man. Yeah, we're on the same selection, same cycle too. Shout out to your uncle. Wow, small world. Look at that, eh? Yep, he's a good man. Him and one other fella were the only two guys from 2nd 1st Battalion who passed. But Billy and I, your uncle and I, grew up in the same town, hometown in Gizzy. So I remember your uncle. He was a little bit older than me, but I remembered him from our schooling days. But he wouldn't have. I don't think he remembered me. But yeah, look at that small world. Sorry, Andrew, I've just seen your comment now. Not sure if you're still on the chat. In the end, I got back pay. There you go. Fit for purpose back pay or back pain? Yes. The answer of a Kiwi, yes. Back paid first, then back paid. I've seen with my company for 13 years. Oh wow, you've been, sorry. Easily spent 100K in tools. Lucky to have a job according to the owner. Well, yeah, that's different, eh? Like 13 years you've been there. That's a long time, bro. Thank and respect to you. Well done, sticking it out. If it's been, I don't know what it's been like, but if it's been blinking challenging and feeling like you've had a gutful at times, I presume it has. Rubber Kiwi, he's lucky to have a company. Go start your own. Hard work, but when has that ever killed anyone? Yeah, great point, man. You sound like you definitely could go out on your own, bro. You've probably got relationships with whoever the clients are. I don't know what clientele or work you're in, but no doubt they've been impressed with your work, the networks that you'd have, the networks that you've built, I should say, relationships that you've developed is the other word I was looking for. Thinking heck, that would go a long way. Sig, I've never spent 100K on tools. I've just worked with a few tools. I assume that's over the years, which would be pretty easy to do. Like if you're in construction, I'm assuming builder, I would say that's pretty easy to do over that period of time. Not that I know with any sort of authenticity. My soap, I'm a bit of a tool addict. Or there you go. I used to carry a piece of card. One side said no, the other side said go away. I'm a dealership mechanic. Right. Yep. So yeah, tradie, dealership mechanic, bro. You've got all the skills to go out on your own. Tradie, holy heck. Could set up your own thing. You could start a Skool community on that. you could you could literally start a YouTube channel on it. You could, as a side hustle, if you wanted, start a Skool community on it. Here I am. Look at me, like I'm the expert. I've just started my second Skool community. Now here I am telling you what you could do. Not telling you what you could do, but this is what I think you could do based on what I've seen. Man, your skills as a tradie, your experience, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Blink, and Skool, paid level, members only content, dealership mechanic for certain types of vehicles or whatever the particular type of mechanic is. The amount of times I've gone online and looked up stuff to do with our Mitsubishi Pajero. Oh, what can I do here? And then seen a whole bunch of stuff come up. Those quick fixes have been great. But yeah, man, wow. That's pretty cool, bro. That's awesome. Already got a good reputation with paying clients. Find a garage somewhere, that's what I that's what I was trying to say. But Rubber Kiwi just articulated it better. Addiction Addictions suck. I can't walk into a gun city or a hunt for store without going hungry. That's to Sig. That's to My Soap. My Soap. Unfit for purpose. It's a Rubber Kiwi. This is good because I don't have to. I'm learning to just skim through those, but am unsure what I could do that pays as well as what I get now. Well, I think that's the leap of faith part, which I didn't mention. My Soap. So all well and good for me to be okay, not feeling trapped, but there was definitely a leap of faith part in every new endeavor that I went on, including this one. Long-term goal, 10 years YouTube, see where I'm at. Hopefully I can make a couple of dollars along the way. If I do, great. If not, I had already committed myself mentally, like I've done with other things. So I was able to use that referencing or callousing or scarring, whatever you want to call it, or trauma, some people might call it. I already knew that I could set my mind to something, long-term vision goal, and I can stick to it. I can be disciplined and consistent as long as, you know, all the other variables stay as consistent and or as steady and stable as they are, which they currently are. Then I'm gonna go for it. Like I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. If major changes happen, heaven forbid, something bad happens, and or we're in a situation whereby I need to go and get a paying job, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna press pause. I don't see myself stopping this altogether. If something like that happened, I would press pause, and I would go and do what I needed to do. And if that meant getting a job and getting paid, then I'm going to get back in the game and do whatever it is that I need to do, even if it's blinking being a garbage person. No disrespect to people that might be doing those types of laboring jobs, even if it's doing scaffolding, whatever it is, sweeping the gutters around the street, collecting rubbish, emptying the rubbish bags. I already said garbage collection. So, you know, um, just depends on what people are prepared to do. That doesn't mean that that's going to be my long-term career, but if it's something that becomes available that's going to help me tick some boxes and get some momentum, then that's what I would do. So that leap of faith and coming back and that generating momentum, that's what I've found for me in this social media YouTube space, or interest media, I think it's referred to these days. um, Getting started. What is it? Think big, go small, and trust the dominoes will fall. And just having that sort of in my mind with regards to what I'm doing, you'll see things start to appear that probably you couldn't see before. So what was that last? Sobriety? No, not that one. No, not those. But I'm unsure what I could do that pays as well as what I get now. Doesn't, like, if you enjoy doing the type of work that you're doing, who's to say that you need to stop or do something else? Do that same thing, but do it for yourself. Like some of the people here have said, and you've been doing it for 13 years, I'm willing to bet you've probably established a bit of a reputation. Probably got some clients, some satisfied clients. Maybe there's one or two blank and retarded clients that may not be too happy, but you've probably got more wins than losses, especially if the boss or the dealership has kept you on for as long as they have as well. I don't know. Yeah, think big, go small, trust the dominoes will fall. And yeah, I reckon things will work out. That's an investment in you. Yeah, I agree with that. 13 years as a mechanic, I'm pretty sure you'll find something. I agree with that. What's the going rate for a mechanic these days? I wouldn't know, but probably be a tidy dollar amount. My last WAF cost $80, and I'm sure the invoice said 60 was for time. There you go. Must have been A gold card discount, that's cheap. Tradies earn pretty good money. It should be a while before they get replaced by AI or robots. Oh, 100%. Man, I reckon you got plenty of options, my soap. I think you probably got that many options. It's just a case of what do you want to pull the trigger on? What do you want to go for? If it is something completely different to your trade, then that might take some time to build up, or it might take longer. But anything worthwhile is, worthwhile in the end, and is naturally going to take some time and be met with a bit of resistance. Dare I say, some obstacles and challenges initially, but things will work out. Discipline, consistency, persistence, pivot if and when you need to. I'm sure good things will happen for you, my soap. Qualified with WAFCOF, a certificate, and Master Care and Suzuki certificates. 41, 41 an hour up in Auckland. 41 an hour sounds like you should be on more than that. But hey, it's better than a poke in the eye, and or it's better than what I get here on YouTube. So I'd say it's probably better than what a lot of people are actually getting, or a number of people. I can't say a lot of people. Embrace the field. Feel bad for those online customer service roles being replaced by AI. Yeah, even just the online customers. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Sorry, I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, even those that provide support aid to people online. It's like, bro, that's just what Embrace the Field just said. Every Kiwi, you could make Joe's merch, bro. Make some coins. Could make some challenge coins together. You probably can make out the gate awesome blinking merch. There you go. You could make merch for people. I don't know that I'd be able to afford your merch. What's this? I remember some journos mocking coal miners when some mines were shut down, saying they should learn to code. Yeah, right. ASMR with Joe Hortai. That's a tier 1 perk. What sort of ASMR sounds are we after? Cocking levers on weapons, the planking sound of metal targets being hit, tink tink. That's a very satisfying sound, to be honest. Sometimes when I'm watching some of the videos that I see on YouTube, um, I watch it just to, not so much to watch their drills with the weapon handling, but to hear the ting ting of the metal of the targets being hit, even if they're not being hit and somebody's just blinking ding ding in the background. When some newspapers shut down, we all laughed at the journos saying they should have learned to code. The irony is AI is doing a lot of coding now. Yeah, 100%. Guess those coders should have learned to mine coal. We're going to need a robot army when we take over the country. You could build us some of those. Yeah, the counters. Hey, what's that South African movie that was done? Oh, not Area. It wasn't Area 51. I can't remember, but people will know. Guy ends up turning into a blink, and there's aliens and whatever. Or maybe I'm off topic. I might be thinking of the wrong. Oh, Chappie, I think was the name of one of the movies I was thinking of. Yeah, I think they had the South African fella in it. Anyway, if you don't know, you don't know. um, good point. Oh, that's for Rubber Kiwi. 3D printing is a good way to make some side hustle. Yeah, I've seen some of that. Not that I've had an interest in 3D printing, but I see some people do some of that stuff just from some of the other channels that I follow. So that's interesting stuff. Get a job you love and you'll never work here. Yep, that's the saying for sure. That is correct. I once had a job testing beds. Felt like I just slept through my work. I relined sewers in the States for 3 months. Crappy job. I don't enjoy it anymore. That's the problem. Sick of fixing other people's problems. There you go. So yeah, if it is something that you're not enjoying, that makes it a very different conversation. But if it's just the part of fixing other people's problems, but you don't mind doing your own or passion projects that you enjoy or whatever, then that could be an option. Otherwise, yeah, if there's other things that you enjoy doing that you want to put your trade skills into, man, I just think having a trade skill like that um, is a pretty powerful thing, I reckon. Like some of the comments in here, I think it'll be a while before AI is changing our war. Here, here's me talking, somebody who doesn't even have a trade. Yeah, what would I do? I wouldn't know how soon AI is going to be changing things, or if they're going to cause tradies to be without employment anytime soon. Hopefully not. What you should do then is break something on their cars. That way, you'd at least be fixing your own. Oh, I like it, Sig. Sig, that's correct. Hard out. You fellas a hard case. Show us your airsoft gun collection, Joe. Yeah, there's only a couple MP5 and a couple of Glocks, but they are. Where are they? I don't actually know where they are. The boys had those last. Actually, boys might have taken them to the barracks with just the little plastic pallets. They might have taken them to the barracks. I don't know where they. Actually, I don't know if they would have taken them to barracks. But yeah, show us. Yes, stop staring at my nephew buys cars for a couple of grand, does them up and sells them for 10. Wow, there you go. Look at that. I do know of people actually from that reintegration space where I was. There's a fellow that come out that was very talented mechanic, or from what I understand, and he did exactly that. He'd buy old dungers, do them up. He enjoyed doing that, and then he'd sell them and make a profit. Jeez, yeah, there you go. Army was my first choice, but my kaka eyesight stopped that. Could teach the trade, good pay, and it's no longer your problem. Hey, that's another great point, Poeticus. Yeah, get into the training and assessing space, teaching people how to do that sort of stuff. So it's unfit for. Is airsoft still a thing? Right, yeah. Airsoft is a massive thing, unfit for purpose. Plenty of that sort of stuff online on YouTube. I don't go and participate in it, but seems to be a lot of people that participate in it. Outside the box, not just for you operators. Yeah, 100%. Embrace the field. Myself being a student, I have a part-time job, but what I've enjoyed doing, some disaster relief work on the side. Yeah, look at that, eh? That's pretty awesome. Hey, at Mount Rushmore 6825, welcome to the channel support. Oh, thank you very much at Mount Rushmore. Channel supporter option. Very kind. Thank you very much for doing that. Yeah, very much appreciated. Thank you. My soap. Yep, airsoft is still a big thing, especially with Milsim. Milsim, okay. And pretty sure we invented that in the 80s with air rifles. Good for you. I think the flow on when I was in the army going through basic training, we upgraded from finger pointing and going bang bang and and pew pew to going using blank rounds and or having to say bullets bullets with the massive budget that the New Zealand Defence Force had. Pretty sure Australian Defence Force is doing it as well, and or having a BFA on your blank firing attachment and your blank rounds, and then when you ran out of blank rounds, still needing to say bullets bullets. We weren't allowed to go or go bang bang. It had to be bullets bullets. Otherwise, certain NCOs were going to destroy us with a whole bunch of punishments. Those were the days. Pretty sure we invented. I read that one. A lot of serious players are using NVGs now. Crazy. Doing all that stuff. Embrace the field. Funnily enough, selling airsoft is my part-time job. Is that right? Wow. Part-time job. Hard case. Look at that. Small world. In Dannyburg, we did it with rifles, less arguments. Rifles. I thought bullets was bad enough when you were trying to shoot at the enemy. I still have a hole in butt cheek from a 2.2 air rifle. Wow. Okay. So you got a dimple in your butt cheek from the 2.2 air rifle, are unfit for purpose. My soap Gen 2 and Gen 3 NVGs, sneaky Night Raider NZ store plug. Oh, there you go. Look at that. NZ store plug, sneaky Night Raider, Gen 2, Gen 3 NVGs. I hoped you'd call your hit at unfit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see now. He's gone back. That's for the at unfit for purpose. Geez, peeps. I've enjoyed reading these comments. I've enjoyed not properly answering your question, my soap. There I was just blinking, rattling on. And then I've definitely enjoyed coming back. I like the comments there from Sig to my soap. You could just break their stuff and then they would be your problems. Hard case. And Mount Rushmore, thank you once again for joining and supporting my little space here. definitely means a lot. So likewise to subscribers and all that sort of stuff that are here. There was none of that hit calling back in those days. Everyone heard the screams. Okay. Do you remember the old Miles kit, Joe? Did you discover the trick of hitting the side of the rifle to fire the laser on the Miles if you ran out of blanks? Nah. Is it the like the system with the blinking receivers on it as part of the laser stuff that was supposed to beep or alarm if you got hit? Is that what you're talking about? Joe, what's your thoughts on cadet forces, Army, Air, Navy? Well, I spoke about that, funnily enough, in a live. Wasn't a specific question like this, but where I grew up in Gizzy, the Army cadets looked awesome, and the Navy was yeah, and Air Force. I remember going to the New Zealand Army Hall. That's where the cadets and stuff were being run, and seeing two Air Force cadets, and I thought, oh, that's pretty rubbish. Oh, actually three, but the third one was the person that was in charge, or the, I guess, older teenager or adults. Maybe they were just a very young looking adult taking two. Army cadets was chockers, and they looked cool, and their drill looked cool, and what they were doing. And Navy cadets was, well, yeah, I just went there because my mate was there. Didn't stay there very long though. But if you're talking about what do I think about them in terms of youth doing them, I think it's great. I think it's a good opportunity for youth to get involved in those sort of things and learn a few skills. But yeah, I know that it's not for everyone. I never would have joined the cadets. In saying that, I never would have joined the cadets if my mate wasn't already there. So I just went because I enjoyed hanging out with him. We had a lot of similar interests. Turns out my interest in the Navy was less than his, but I went because he was there, and then I didn't stay. I left while he was still there. All good, Mount Rushmore. Hey, thank you again. Medic. Yep, that's the stuff, Joe. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, so that is the stuff. I don't remember, what did you say, hitting the side of the rifle? Nah, I don't. I remember that equipment because we had to wear it, and I thought it was trucking ridiculous, but I never whacked the side of it, probably because I never thought of it, to be honest. And I don't think anybody gave me that top tip. But yeah, man, geez, I had forgotten about that stuff until you mentioned that SIG in and around that stuff. I was like, oh wow, bloody hell, yeah, that's dusting off the cobwebs and some of that stuff now. Trying to think back to that stuff. Clearly, a lot of you have far better memories than I do. Do they still run the old LSV courses for guys on I don't know if they do it for guys on benefits, but from what I understand, there are still LSV courses that run. There was actually some of the guys at the reintegration service that I was managing that remember doing an LSV course like only a few years ago. And here I am spouting on about, yeah, people should go and do mandatory. And then the whole mate, yeah, I did the course. That fellow was telling me that he actually, I won't name him, but he reckons that he actually got the top recruit for that course. And hello, Nick Minute, blinking twat, ended up back inside. Yep, amazing course. Yeah, I've never done it, but I've heard good things about it. And people that have done it, that I know who have done it, have said good things about it, even if they have reoffended and gone back inside. Yeah, they still do, but branch out a bit. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. Embrace the field. Advertised at wins still. Oh, okay. But no one likes the one guy who wanted to be there. Are there guys that want to be there? If that's the case, good on them. I thought those were places where people were sent because they had to. That's crack up though, but no one likes the one guy. Whatever. Mount Rushmore. Oh, sorry. Have a question. Yep. Shoot. Do you still have the interview you did with your mate who became a helicopter pilot and a doctor? Oh, Bill Bestick. Bill Bestick. Think liked that video. Besson. Yeah, Bill Bestick. Yeah, so I don't have it personally, but it's still on YouTube. So you can, people can just look it up. Bill Bestick, former SAS operator, helicopter pilot, doctor. So those three things. I don't know which order he did it. Well, he did SAS first. Then I think he became a doctor, and then the helo pilot after. I want to say that's the order he did it in. But I don't have the video, but it's available on YouTube from the old podcast, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that video went down really well with I think everybody that I know of that's watched that loved what Bill had to say. And for purpose, that's awesome. Glad to hear they're still doing it. A mate did it many years ago. He loved it, but it didn't solve his issues. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't solve issues for everyone. I don't even know what the stats would be, to be honest. My brother is an electronics engineer working for various defense contractors. Oh, wow. A while ago, he was working on an updated Miles-like system. Okay. Mills or Miles? Miles, I think. Can't even remember what that stands for, bro. I choose to go, found out the hard way. I was that guy. Gotcha. It's crack up, Poeticus. Sorry, Mount Rushmore. Hopefully, I answered your question. So, yeah, Bill Bestick, SAS operator, doctor, helicopter pilot. He's still on. It's still on YouTube under the Epic Aotearoa Create a Better Future podcast, or just type in Bill Bestick Doctor or Bill Bestick SAS, and I'm pretty sure you'll get it pop up if that's what you meant anyway. In Bracerfield, one of my mates told me a guy from battalion got in trouble for shooting a BB at an LSV trainee. Yeah, well, so he should too. Should have got charged. Probably be lucky if he didn't get kicked out, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. There were a lot of air pistols and BBs running around in the barracks with the gas compressed, like the little screw-in gas canisters, and I'm pretty sure some of those lads were kicking around with the little lead pellets too, not the plastic ones. Mind you, plastic ones can still hurt, but yeah, the boys were running around with the lead ones. That was part of. I wasn't having to dodge them, but that was part of some of the shenanigans I saw happening during my phase of preparing for selection. Guys running around from different barrack blocks, running through different barrack blocks, shooting at other guys down the corridor. And like I remember moving out of the way a few times, but also saying to those fellas, because we knew some of them, saying, bro, you better not shoot me with that thing. Like there would have been a blinking full-on scrap that would have happened if any innocent bystanders, let's say, any of us innocent bystanders got hit by them. And so, yeah, those guys stopped running back through our barracks, especially when some of the other senior soldiers showed up as well. You know, you had the wing commander, who was usually either probably 5, 6, 7 year soldier in some cases, not always, but in some cases, either a lance corporal or corporal sometimes if they weren't in a relationship and living in the Marity patch or the housing area. Yeah, crack up. Anyway, when I was working as training cadre at GSTS, RNZAF recruit training, we had to run a few of those LSV courses. Oh, wow. Okay. LSV instructors are real good blokes. Poeticus, that's where I met and had plenty yarns with Willie Apiata. Ah, interesting. That's cool. That's for Sig. I'd have gone back to prison after that too. No, thank you. That was to Sig. No, thank you. Hard case. Well, there's like 16 people in the chat, and I've been going for just under. We have been going. I should say we have been going for just under 3 hours, peeps. Who'd have thunk that? Rubber Kiwi, you are right. Said to me, yeah, let the chat build up for about an hour before you start talking about school. I was like, bro, I don't think I'm going to be on there for an hour. I'm just going to come talk about school and then be off. Next minute, left my scooter outside the dairy. SIGs, multiple integrated laser engagement system. Ah, okay. Look at that. Smarter already. You weren't going to do a whole hour. I didn't think I would have done a whole hour just talking about school. But I think when I looked at the time, it was already like over an hour when I was still talking about school. Unfit. My granddad, as part of the RSA, had 2 Pounamu carvings. I think that's what you mean. Pounamu carvings done for Willie. Wow, that's cool. Wish I could go back to school. Didn't realize how easy it was back then. Hey, bro, the amount of times I've had that thought. In terms of just, man, I could have been heaps brainier. I could have been heaps brainier if I stayed in, well, not stayed, I did stay in school. I did finish school, I promise. I did go till seventh form and finish seventh form. But yeah, that last year especially, I just went literally to play sport and eat my lunch or eat my friend's lunch or cadge off my friends. Bloody hell, that's a word I haven't used in many a moon. Cadging. That used to be the word that was used, at least when I was growing up in Giz anyway. Bro, stop cadging, man. Bro, you're always cadging. Cadging food off my mates. I don't know where that comes from or why that just popped back into my head, but there you have it. Anyway, yeah, the thoughts around that at different times. And I think part of that for me, that's why I've spoken with our kids like, man, take advantage of the opportunities that you have with school, the opportunities with your education, the opportunities with courses that they have available. Even my boys that are in the army, I've spoken with them enough times, but they're also aware too. But I've spoken to them, man, like just take advantage of every course that comes up, no matter how painful it is. And the boys have experienced some of that at the moment with some of the roll your eyes type courses, but they've thankfully they've learned from some of my dopey mistakes and have embraced those and have just rolled with the punches and given their best efforts and they've done well, which is good for them. So yeah, no, that's a great point. My so wish I could go back to school. I don't know that I wish I could go back to school. Um, yeah, I don't know if I've had that thought, but I have thought about far out. I could have been heaps brainier, cuz if I had a bloody if I had have applied myself, that's the words I was looking for. Um, I did have a number of teachers that was in a number of my school reports. Yeah, that I was capable of a lot more if I would apply myself. I've learnt that better late than never. I learnt that I could apply myself in things, and still trying to apply myself in things now. So never too late. Never too late. There we go. That was the aim of us to make sure they went back to jail. Oh, sick. Crack up. Just went to school for lunch with the bros. Yep. Or to catch off those that had food. It was usually the Pākehā fellas at school that had all the nice food or that had money for the canteen. OMG, fool. Gee, can I have a yeah. I don't think G was a word I was saying when I was growing up. It was just bro. Bro, can I have a bite? Or giz a bit. Can I have some? Had David Tua this one time as a special speaker. I can just imagine as a special speaker at our school assembly, and I remember him saying he just went to school to eat his lunch. Well, for anybody that's watched Wheel of Fortune, shout out to David Tua. They would probably get a bit of an understanding. I'm sure the host and the person that would have to turn the plaques around or whatever they're called, the panels around on Wheel of Fortune, must have tried to hold in their laugh. Oh yeah, can I have a O for awesome? Oh, can I buy a vowel? Oh, I'll buy a P. Bro, those are gold. I'm pretty sure you can search that up on YouTube, and you'll get that pop up. Wheel of Fortune, David Tua, O for awesome. Yeah, but shout out to that fella. You wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him, eh? What's this? Dun, dun, trade you my LCM. Is it the LCM bar? Is that what you're talking about? Not getting. I never had any LCM bars. They look nice though. Not getting my appetizers though. Oh, appetizers, the lollies, the lollies. Is that what you're talking about? If that's the one you're talking about, that's what I'm thinking of when I read what you've got there. Appetizers, bro. Those are nice. If they're the ones I'm thinking of. My last year in school was just yarns with mates and watch movies. Yeah. I used to always swap my uncles for others, as you can only eat so much crayfish just before you get sick of it. Crack up. Not 16-year-old. No 16-year-old girl be safe back in year 9 if I went back that far. Jason C. Oh, for awesome. Yeah. David Tua, man. Legend. LOL. Yeah, LCM bars went hard. Yeah, they look nice. Can't say I ever got to enjoy the experience of trying one. too busy, too busy trying to scab or look around for 1s and 2 cent and 5 cent coins, and if I was lucky, find a blinking 10 cent or a 20 cent coin, and then go buy some lollies. Bro, our school was so bad at scabbing. We had a scab-free zone where the teachers patrolled during lunchtime. It'd be like creating the border at Ceuta, and then you'd be seeing us blinking cadgers and scabbers standing on the side, watching the people going up to the cafeteria or canteen with money, and then going, "Bro, can I have some?" "Oh, come on, man, you got two." I remember having warrant officer RNZAF doing a talk, and me and my mates' takeaway was, "So work at Macca's, and that's how you get to warrant officer." Oh, the memories. Poor Hutters, right? Yeah, poor Hutters understatement. All right. Thinking heck, kicking around, no socks. Lucky if we had shoes. Couldn't afford shoes. If we were lucky, we got some blinking second, third, 10th hand Roman sandals. And I was quite lucky at times, actually. To be fair, my mum, man, with her working, she did her best, like in primary and intermediate. Man, she did great by me, I reckon, in terms of making sure that I had uniform, making sure that I had some shoes, especially on those times when it was cold. Um, yeah, it's just, and then as I went later on into high school and things like that, that's when I was like, huh, what's going on here? Where's all the good stuff gone? So, oh, this is the same good stuff that your cousin from Lincoln, who's 8, 9, 10 years older than you, had. So you can use them now. It's still good. Or if at the very least your Roman sandals, if they didn't have the buckle around the back to do up anymore, you still had the front part. So if you didn't have the back, you could still, like a scuff, or your slides, you could still use them. We brought a barbecue to school one day, skipped the class before lunch, and just cooked up some steaks and sausages. One of the teachers just had a feed with us. Nice. Sounds about right. Real deal. Hey, Joe, did you know Mr. Pinnell personally? You talking about Jamie Pinnell? Yeah, I didn't know him like as a close friend. Knew who he was in battalion. Have spent some time knew who he was when I was going through selection and cycle, because he was a recently badged member, and then have had some interactions with him since I've been back here in NZ. So what's quite cool about, if you're talking about Jamie, is that him and his cohort, I think, and some of the other cohorts, like they get together sort of once a month or every second month. And then anyway, I got invited along to that by a couple of other friends from my cohort. And yeah, Jamie was there, and it was just nice to catch up with him. Treated me really well, like just spoke to me like one of the boys, which was nice. We had a bit of a chat, and then yeah, and then that was it. So be good to connect with him more personally, and then do the interview with him in due course when he's got time. Only knew he was former NZSAS once a couple of years ago when I finished from Dilworth. Yeah, yeah. It's not a surprise at all. Wow, that's cool that you were at Dilworth, because he's been there for a while, eh? I don't know how long he's been there for, but I remember when some of his stories started to come out, and in particular the intercon. I thought to myself, because I already knew that he was at that school by then, I thought to myself, there's going to be a whole group of young men at that school that are going to go, wow, I didn't know that that fellow was in the SA. And there'd probably be some of them that would have been talking up, because not only was he in there, but he's very handy with his fists, and I think with his legs as well these days. But he was always known as being handy with his fists in battalion from a boxing perspective. And since then, like, going into a job like where he's gone and served, you only build upon that. So MMA is another thing from what I hear. He's quite competent at as well. So he may look unassuming, but I guess people can challenge him at their own risk, is what I would say. Cricket Poetica said, LSV, I'd have both platoons bringing their boots to me for a shine. $2.50 a shoe. It was great. Yeah, look at that. Look at that entrepreneurship in your DNA from back then. talk. It was funny because the canteen was like 500 meters away, so we used to buy our feeds and run all the way to the scab-free zone. Look like a skit out of a zombies movie when they're chasing you. Oh man. You know what? I think some of you people here on my channel that follow me, there's you're just providing content ideas. We could go back and do some skits on this channel in the school zone, skits of what it was like growing up and going to school in the canteen, the scab-free zones, the cadging events that would happen, how the bros would say, "Bro, can I have a bite?" And their bite is like you got a sausage roll and the blinking you've only left with one little bit left, or a bite turns into bites, or a pie. You have a pie, bro, can I have a bite? And that bite somehow they're able to bite it so huge that there's just like just a C shape left. Bloody bastards, some of them. I tried to whisper that in case it gets censored here on YouTube. What's this? Zombies, bloody uniforms in high school can cost over $1,000. Yeah, I'm just blown away at how expensive they are these days. Well, not so much these days, but how expensive they have been. Still these days, because we've still got one in school that needs a uniform. But man, that's fantastic. All right, Jomo's gonna call it a night. Yep, no worries, Sig. What's that? Weirder shin. Weirder session. GN Jomo. I forgot all about the Roman sandals. Those things will be getting dug up from the dumps millions of years from now. Oh, Roman sandals, yeah. I have some, how would I describe them? Some very poor Hutta memories of those. Going to school in the freezing cold and you're wearing you're wearing sockless Roman sandals with blinking purple feet, white as toes, while everybody else has got socks and shoes on. The nomads, comfy looking nomad shoes. Yeah, hard case. But anyway, must have been good for me. Toughen up the feet. Had a school uniform pass for no school jumper. The school said no more pass. Mum knitted me a school jumper. Didn't work because someone else lost theirs. Bro, I remember at school, I'll be honest, we would look to go to the lost property and just look to take jerseys, even if they didn't fit when it was cold, and or to just see what was in lost property that we could scab. I'm sitting here imagining you on selection with the gizzy voice. Fuck, Corporal, that's a long ass way, bro. Yeah, yeah, definitely made an effort to not talk like that, eh? While on selection. Splitting one pie between 30 dudes. Crack up. Cassius Clay, yes, he was there my whole 4 years, and Dilworth was gutted. I found out about his stories after I was already gone. Ah, sad guy, only said he was in the army. Yep, and that's not a surprise for all the guys being in those positions. That's cool, Cassius Clay. Thanks for stopping by and letting me know that, and that you were there that whole time. And I'm pretty sure he's still there now. Wow, rusty buckles. Yeah, sometimes if you had buckles, I remember having uh, Roman sandals, or at least one Roman sandal, where it had the front and it had the back and it had the strap, but no buckle. No buckles on it, or it had a munted blinking half cut off because it was worn end, so you couldn't have a buckle on it. That was just even worse. So you just stood on that, flattened that, and then just wore the Roman sandal like a bloody slide. Probably wouldn't. Probably would have been an A+ student if I knew what the man has done. Yeah, probably would have paid attention. They sat up straight, thinking, "Yes, sir. Okay, whatever needed to happen." But yes, Mr. Pinnell is the epitome of don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, yeah, 100%. It's awesome. Thanks for stopping by and sharing that some of those memories, Cassius. I'm sure you've got more, but yeah, definitely. There was a lady at the canteen that would that would ask the next person what they wanted before you aid, we used to cancel payment. or before you paid, we used to cancel payment and run off. Not a proud thing thinking back now. Funny though, eh? It was like some of us at Linton Camp get the taxi and ask the taxi to take us to camp, and then get dropped off at the back gate and then just do a runner. Sometimes get dropped off at the front gate and still do a runner. Yeah, no good. Before you paid, oh yeah, yeah. I managed to figure that out. Avondale College, bro. I would be rocking the Crocs if they were invented back then. Bro, I would have been one of the poor-hearted kids that couldn't afford any Crocs, but would have wanted some. So I would have gone to the lost property to try to find some. Who remembers the Nomads? Yeah, 100%. I used to try to collect the tags. I used to go around trying to steal the tags off people's Nomads or asking them for them. Bro, can I have your tag? And then when they'd say no, I was like, yeah, why not, man? That was in the days when I didn't even have a pair of Nomads. I just wanted the tags because I'd seen other people how they collected all the tags and they had them stacked up on their shoe. I don't know why I thought that was cool, but I thought, yeah, I want that. Yeah. And so for a period of time, I had a whole bunch of Nomads tags without any Nomads. Barter bullets, yeah, barter bullets. I can't remember the exact ads, but I remember that there were ads about the barter bullets specifically. Tags always got nicked. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how you nick them, when people are wearing them and they're on their shoes. I'm trying to think of how did I. I know, obviously, actually, there were probably a couple that were given because people just didn't care and they probably thought they were just going to get stolen off their shoes anyway. But I know I acquired a number of other tags, and I can't exactly remember, or maybe I just blocked that memory out. Maybe I didn't want to remember specifically how I stole the tags of other people's shoes. Gym time. PE class. Is that what you mean with gym time? Yeah, PE. Look at this. We could easily run and host our own skits of on the Skool community. That needs to be a collaboration though. Let's say plead the fifth. Yeah, or ask for a pardon. We just need to get together, collab, book out a hall, or go to a school and then start reliving our glory days. Jungle gym. I used to like I remember in primary school, Waikirikiri Primary School, on the court area, which was on concrete as they all were back then, had like the washing line pole that branched out, and on the end, I think there were 4 or 5, maybe 4 points like a washing line, and it had a rope hanging off the end. Some of them had chains, but our one I remember had a rope, and then you just hang on to that, and then one person be holding on to that, and then you'd be swinging that thing around, running around, and then you get some airtime, especially in primary school. I did anyway. Went flying off a couple of times because I guess the G forces got too much and I lost my grip and then, yep, straight into the concrete, grazes, bruises, snot nose, crying, and then, yep, rub the nose, rub the eyes, and get back on it again. Some good memories. How's this? Knowing to them I was smart enough to have a book with a fake name. Hang on, what did I miss? Tags. That's when tags got nicked. Oh, during PE class. Hey, maybe that's when I stole them. Maybe that's when I was stealing them. But I actually liked PE class, so I don't know if I was. I don't know if I was mincing around then, blinking. Maybe I did, but I not liked. I loved PE in school. The only part of PE I didn't necessarily, or I definitely didn't love, but I did, was cross country. I never liked cross country, but everything else I loved in PE. Speaking of school, someone crashed into the fence at the back of school, so we would sneak to the dairy. The teachers caught us one day, asked to see our school books. Crack up. I remember in Waikirikiri, like my primary school, some good primary school memories. Like we were right next to homes who had fences and stuff there. Some of them weren't that high though, that bordered the field. And there were like plum trees along that area as well, that bordered those fences. And we would just go over there. And when we had no lunch in primary school or no food, go and eat all the plums off the tree as much as we could. And then I remember seeing some of those homes that were there had strawberries and stuff in their garden. So we'd climb the fence and then go raid the strawberries. No good. No good. Yeah, but anyway, good times though. Cap, shirt, barter bullets. Unknowing to them, I was smart enough to have a book with a fake name. Oh, gotcha. So that's the another part. Poetic is cracking up. Our metalwork teacher was a drunk, and we also bummed cigs off him. Holy heck. That's wild. My maths teacher taught me to grow pot better than than he taught math. Well, I know some of my friends only went to horticulture so that they could get better at growing pot. pretty sure pretty sure the old teacher was ex-Navy as he had a picture of a group of guys on the Gambia. Interesting. Yeah, far out, peeps. Took me on a bit of a stroll down memory lane of a bunch of stuff and then had me laughing at some of your memories. Cassius, and then I forget who was the other person. Sorry, the other person that knew Jamie as well, Jamie Pinnell, Mr. Pinnell, you called him. Real deal, haha. Pretty cool. What a small world, eh? You fellas are there when he was there. Got to know him and likely would have seen him in a very different light to what I saw him on selection. and yeah, but cool. Hopefully those memories stay, and hopefully they're mostly good memories rather than anything sort of negative or anything like that. I remember on automotive class, the teacher would just sit on his phone and talk SHIT with us. Crack up. All right. Chat has slowed down on my end, which is fine. That's cool. Look at that, eh? Appreciate you, peeps. Cassius, Mr. Pinnell took our first 15 preseason training, and that was the fittest I ever was. I would not be surprised. It's just like the movie we watched yesterday. Well, what's that? Boring and repetitive? Mr. Pinnell took the, yep, that's cool. I'm not surprised. Yep, you would definitely, he would definitely be able to get any team fit and capable, fit, fast, and strong. It's all, it's all he'd be wanting to get those people ready, or players ready. Haha, we made trailers, and I'm pretty sure the teacher was selling. I remember thinking in my head, if only this grey haired guy could do this training, not knowing he was most likely fitter than us. Yeah, that's a crack up. Yeah, he's still pretty good to go, man. Jamie. Yeah, that's a hard case. I could imagine the thoughts and probably the conversations that some of you might have had, Cassius. What's this bloody old guy on about making us do all of this stuff? Can he even do it? May not have been as fast as he once was, but yeah, he would easily put up and do it. Now, alongside quests, North Koreans never invaded his school. Oh, true. I'm with you now. Substitute, eh? Jamie, we're just getting warmed up. Yeah, very likely. Very well could have been too. Case. Yeah. Warm up? What do you mean warm up? We've been going for a bloody 2 hours. Okay, well, peeps, thank you all very much, eh? Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the comments and the engagement in here. Thank you for the support with regards to school. Definitely thank you for the support here on YouTube. Appreciate all of that. Warm up. What is this? The All Blacks? Talk 5018. Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed myself. Hopefully, that is obvious by the laughter that I've had, the reading out of the comments. Tried to get better at when I see that somebody's put at to somebody else, going, "Oh yeah, I don't need to read that for me." So that's all good. And yeah, I've enjoyed going down, having a trip down memory lane. Hopefully, you've taken something away from the school community. As I said, things will grow on there, and there will be, slowly over time, or slowly there'll start to be less and less frequent stuff on YouTube, but there'll definitely be a heck of a lot of stuff going up and about to be spammed in the school community. So if you're just happy with that with regards to YouTube, by all means, stick around in there and appreciate your time and support. Yeah, that's about all I have. What's this? Up the ABs. Oh, yes, true. Up the ABs. How good were the Wars knocking over the Blinken? Was it the Broncos just recently? The reigning defending champions in the NRL. Man, that was a bit of a hiding they gave them there. I just hope, really hopeful that the Wars can, get through to the final and hopefully get a dub. That'll be even better. Still work to do. It's not. They're in the conversation in terms of finals, at least anyway, in terms of where they are, but far from anything can happen, far from Blinken being sure winners for the final, but I hope they do. All Blacks, I hope the All Blacks, man, tough, but I hope they can get the dub one game at a time. Team looks good, and I'm excited. I'm excited about the games coming up. Or I'll get to see the highlights. Up the ABs. Oh, if you ever get a chance, look up Hokitika VC recipient who had his VC stripped from being a town drunk buck in the 1800s. That's crazy. Banger after banger after another great show, Joe. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate the support. This is our year up the wires. I hope so, man. I'm crossing everything, crossing my toes right now. I hope they can get it done, man. It'd be awesome. Yeah, another good. Thank you very much, Poeticus. If the Wires make the grand final, I'll personally drive the bandwagon. There you go. Cassius Clay will tell more stories about Mr. Pinnell next live. Oh, I appreciate that. I'd love to hear them, by all means. Wish I saw the live earlier. Hey, all good. Go sports. Yep, that's a good comment too. Take care, peeps. Have a good night, eh? And enjoy the weekend. Have a safe weekend. Some mana being sent out to everybody there. Thank yous. Good night to you too. Thank you. Some hearts in there and hundreds from me to everybody on there. Thank yous very much. End stream. End.